I don't know when everyone's going to show up. But I do believe. I was afraid that, oh, there's no one here. I'll wait until everybody shows up. No one's here yet. I was afraid that the internet connection issue was on my side because somebody's like, oh, he's not freezing up on YouTube. It's on your end. I was like, I don't believe you. Who's here? I'm trying to figure out, what does this star do? Starred. What does it start? Star important comments you meant to. Oh, I did not know I could do that. Now I know. So now I know that I can star a comment. How goes it? It goes well. That was fun. I like talking with Ben. I had a blast talking with Ben at Blade Show West. I don't know, right on what? Oh, somebody texted me right on, and I was like, it's from a phone number I don't recognize. Miles Roast. America. Guys, I'm tired. Not going to lie to you. But it's, what is it, Good Friday? Good Friday. It is almost Easter, so do not expect to see anything from me on Sunday. Easter's a religious day, and I'm a pretty religious dude. My wife got bleach on my favorite CrazySharp shirt, and I had to use a Sharpie. I had to use a Sharpie to darken that orange spot where she got some bleach on my favorite shirt up. So, you know, kind of like Polly does with his beard. I don't care if this one's monetized, but we're going to have some worsted. You heard it, Cork. You heard correctly. I have to say, I don't care who makes it. And I know that it's not true frontier whiskey, as they say. But I do like the Bullet Rye. I have been known to take the cork out of this and go, I don't need that anymore. It is some good stuff. I'm not going to lie. It is good. And the bottles are just attractive. They look like something you'd see in an old Western movie. Which takes me back to like the packaging. Okay, packaging means a lot. Ben talked about it. Tell me, well, you guys can't see it real well, but you look up here. Let's look up Bullet Whiskey. How do you spell it? B-U-L-L-E-I-T. But I'm doing a live feed. Go away. Bullet Rye. You look at that. Why are you doing this? So you guys look at the packaging on that. And I'm going to tell you right now that this, oh, you can't see it. I didn't share it yet. My wife is FaceTiming with her family. Look at that and tell me that this does not belong in a movie that you watched with a bunch of cowboys. This is the bottle that you would see in a saloon. So about to have a bowl of green spinach. I don't know if I want to do the whole cross-faded thing tonight. I'm not sure. I asked Ben if he wanted to come. I was like, you can come in and sit in the chat if you want. And he was like, no, I think I'll go to bed. He seemed tired. I don't think he's like me and lives on like 3 hours of sleep a night and just is fine with it. Very old timey. That speaks to a lot of people. And the fact is, that is a really good rye whiskey. And the fact that I had that in the cupboard, and my wife was like, "Could you drink this or move it or put it somewhere?" And I was like, "What?" She says, "It's been here. I bought this bottle of whiskey before we moved." And she was like, "Could you?" Like, it's taking up space. I would like it out of my cupboard. And I'm like, I will take care of that issue for you. So, yeah, guys, I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I'm going to hang out for a little bit. I did so much sharpening the last couple of days. My wrists hurt. Well, let's put it this way. I had 9 boxes that went out today. 1 box was from Ryan over at KPL, and his box had 4 knives in it. And I think that was about average. And I did them all. I had gotten so far behind on sharpening. I was like, I got to get these all done. Hang on a second. I wanted to show you guys something. You're going to probably get. There's a video that goes up tomorrow. I still have to make a thumbnail for it. I did that sandering and I already sent it off. But I'm going to do a video. What the fuck? How does that even happen? I have got now. I feel incredibly stupid. The reason I'm going to get this is I had this exact knife. I had this exact knife. I had a Chris Reeves Menandy and I sold it. And this came in for sharpening and reminded me how incredibly fucking stupid I can be from time to time. Yeah. Yeah, I did that. But here's the big one. I have to fix the chip. I don't know if this is even going to show up. Can you guys see that chip in that? I have to fix those two chips in this. Brant, I have not responded to your message yet. I did get your message. I just have not. Like literally, I sharpened yesterday from 6 a.m. to like, I think I sharpened from 6 a.m. till like, I forget what I told the guys in this. I told them when I stopped and I sat back and I was like, I took down the green screen and everything. And I sat back and I put the TV on and I sat back on the love seat back here and I was watching TV. And I was like, man, I didn't even clean up the shop. There was like empty water bottles and shit on the floor. It looked horrible in the picture I sent him. I was like, I'm kicking back and I'm watching TV for a little bit. So I didn't respond to anyone yesterday. So I'm not gonna lie, there's a video going up tomorrow. I sharpened that Sandrin tungsten carbide knife. I won't be doing that again. There's not a good way for me to tell a customer that I'm not going to do it. I'll just be like, hey, I got a Sandrin knife. Like, send it back to the factory. I'm not doing it again. It was pretty fucking nightmarish. So, whew. Smooth. I really, really want to get one of those Jack Wolf knives. I talked with Jack. Hey, I don't know, Brant. I don't know if it's my internet. We can try it and see. Let me need your email address again. I just need the beginning of your email. It's Cold Steel something, right? Is that what it is? Is it Cold Steel? Is that the beginning of it, of your email? I will try to. I need to know the beginning of your email address. That's what I thought. I think it was you. I didn't have any trouble with Ben's feed. Everybody else said he froze up though. At the end, like I was having problems the whole time. Like he would freeze up, and then everybody's like, "No, it's fine on my end." And I was like, there was a lot of stuff. Like I would have to ask him to repeat himself. Mine's telling me I've got good internet. I just checked. I prioritized all the proper devices and stuff. Brant, I'm gonna send you an invite here in a second. Probably have Brant on here to keep me out of trouble because I'm gonna be drinking. I have been drinking. I don't want to wake up with a hangover tomorrow. That's the only bad. I'm trying to be like, I don't want to wake up with a hangover tomorrow. I mean, I have no doubt that there's a chance I'll wind up with a mild one. You should have gotten it. Yeah, Ben was freezing. Okay, so it wasn't. I don't know why that's weird that some people are like, yeah, it doesn't freeze for me. And then I was like, bro, he was fucking choppy and frozen the entire time for me. And I'm like, I don't get it. But I like I said, I prioritized my devices. I had good signal until the very, very end. I had full signal. And I believe that I'm still in the green on my device. All right, guys, you ready? Ugly's here. What's up, Ugly?
What's up?
Fuck, are you wearing a Hinderer hat?
Well, not just only that. The DS.
Okay, I gotta ask. I gotta ask you a question.
What?
Did you see all the shit that happened with Brian?
Yes.
Did you see all of Rick's boys fucking going in and being a racist asshole?
No, I didn't see that.
There was a whole bunch. I've seen some screenshots. Some people sent me screenshots of that that thing that Brian did. I'm gonna say that my thoughts on the price stock or the stock price of Hinderer knives is going down, because if Rick's gonna act like that, when somebody that is doing small batch heat treat is doing a really good job of it, is gonna call shit out, I'm gonna say Rick needs to reevaluate how he's doing fucking business. And that's coming from somebody that likes Rick a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to get in the middle of that.
Why not?
I've
been drinking. I've been drinking. I'll jump right in the middle of that fucking mud hole. I don't fucking care. With both feet, like I'm gonna
calm down, Mike. Calm down.
Your neighbor's like calling your parents and shit. Like, that little motherfucker. I just washed my car. He's jumping in the fucking puddles. I gotta wash the fucking car again. Like that kind of puddle jumping.
I don't know if you know, Mike, but I did make a what is it called? A gilded server. I made a account.
Hang on a second. I took my headphones off. I got to turn the volume up. I can't hear you.
Okay.
What'd you say? That's not you. It's me. I'm deaf.
Oh no, it's fine. No, it's I made a gilded server, my account.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if you could add me to your thing, but I guess I have to be a member, and I don't really use my card on these things.
I mean, I wanted to keep it. So I have a couple people that are in there that everybody wanted to have in. It was cool. My buddy Polly, because he's just a nutball. And then Polly accidentally deleted the Gilded app, and he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm too busy for that shit anyway. And then Cole over at Tri-State, and I sent it over to Jared at Neves Knives, but Jared's busy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can ask the guys that are paying members. I like jump in and out, but usually it's just me dropping off like a goofy fucking, hey, look at this goofy fucking picture I found. Or at the very end of the day after I've gotten into the jazz cabbage and shit like that.
Oh man.
But I've been busy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like I say it now, but like my daughter heard me say it before. I was like, YouTube's not a job. I said it, and then I started doing YouTube full time, and I'm like, this is a fucking job. Like, this is work. This is work. Like doing 2 videos a day plus a short. Like, I'm doing either a video in the morning and a live feed in the afternoon and a short at lunch, or a video in the morning, a video in the afternoon, and a short at lunch. And then I'm trying to get to where I've got content on Saturday, at least 1 video and a short on Saturday. So basically, you figure I've got what, 15? I got 18. If you count the shorts, I got like 18 videos going up a week.
That's crazy.
But like somebody was like, oh, so you're doing YouTube. So I was like, basically, when you look at it, I'm fucking filming, editing, and putting up the equivalent of a 30-minute TV show every day.
Oh yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, crazy. I try to keep the quality of the content there. Like, it's really, I mean, come on, look at my backdrop. How could you not? Look at that.
That's a nice frost color right there.
Oh, okay, so guys, I posted it up. I got to look and see. So I know that we said, so I will extend it to Monday because I really didn't take very many chats. So me carrying one of them shit knives was dependent on me hitting $400 by the end of the week. But I didn't really promote it very much because I was doing an actual podcast. I wasn't sure if Ben was going to be able to come on today or not. So we were right at like 300 or 310. something like that. I put it in the Gilded server. I took a snapshot. I did the math. And I put it in here. So I got to find the screenshot and tell everybody exactly. I told everybody I put the tally up. So I'm fucking retarded tonight. Oh, that's one of them YouTube no words. Please don't take my oops poopsie.
Oopsie. Well, maybe you can edit that.
Nah, so we're at $313.89 as of Wednesday night. And then you add in 12, 22. What we got here? That's not the actual calculator, Mike. That's a picture of the calculator app. I took a snapshot of the calculator app, and I literally was just trying to hit the buttons on the picture. What was it? 313.89. Let's see here. Clear. Plus 10, plus 2, plus 5, plus 5, plus 9.99. It's $31.99. Plus 313.89. God damn it, there's a period in there, motherfucker.
Hey, Murky.
I was like, why is there a comma in that? Oh, that's because you're an idiot. We're at 345.88. And I will give it till Monday, but I'm going to tell you, we're close enough that I'm probably going to carry that knife. Monday, we're going to talk about it because everybody's like, you should let us vote which knife. And I'm going to like, fuck you. I'm going to pick which one of them bullshit fucking knives I carry. I was like, you know what? I should let them vote. They should get to pick. Fuck you guys. You're not getting to pick. I'm picking the knife. If I'm the one stuck carrying this son of a bitch for the next fucking rest of the fucking month, it's going to be that blue bastard because I'm pretty sure I'm going to wind up breaking it and then I'm going to have to switch to one of them anyway.
Yeah.
Can you wait till Friday? I will drop a huge load on Friday. I can wait.
Oh,
I'll tell you
my
what,
Lord.
I will wait till Friday, but we're close enough that I'm going to sharpen that blue one and get it ready. Murky, if you want me to wait, I will wait, but I will sharpen whatever they've decided that they're using for the steelhead. I'm pretty sure that it is soup cans that they've just crushed down flat and then painted. Speaking of soup cans, you ever cut yourself on the inside of a soup can?
Yeah, I have.
That hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I've had hurts worse than that is I cut myself on. I took my license plate off to put a new license plate cover on, and you get the little hook of aluminum that comes up out of the hole from the screw going through it, and I cut myself on that. I said all kinds of good words. I was like, "Ooh, goody, let's do that shit again." And oh, I wish I had done that sooner and things like that, which is absolutely not at all what I said. I said a lot of choice words. That hurt like shit and continued to for several days.
Ow.
What is this? License plate. What is it about cuts from license plates? They hurt like a fucking bastard. So Brant, let's go back to this.
Okay. To be honest, Rick Hinder is not a piece of crap. No, he's not. He's a well-known person for what he's done, but he takes criticism not as much. But I get that people are mad at him for this. But you know what? It's called a mistake sometimes.
Yeah, but okay. So be humble, sit down, and shut the fuck up. But the fact that I'm real upset is I've seen the screenshots of okay, I know how I look, and I know how controversial me saying the words I'm about to say are. I fucking hate racist bastards with passion.
Yeah.
I know that I know the stereotypical look that I have. I know that I look like I should have I know that I look like the kind of guy that would have them fancy the fancy linens, like pillowcases with the eye holes already cut out of them in my closet, but I don't. And the fact is that one, that happened, and two, he hasn't said a fucking word about the fact that those are his ardent supporters that were doing that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was on USA Made Knives live feed with Brian from Transparent Knives, and the fact that Brian was talking about, like, Brian is really particular about heat treats and stuff. I want to get him on the podcast on a live feed one of these nights, but I have a feeling that like he's a weirdo just like me, and I got a feeling that will go off the rails real fucking quick. I'm still gonna do it. But no, that's not fucking cool. And
no, for anybody that for anyone that supports like different knife brands, like I used to support every single brand. Now that I'm in the Hinder, I'm supporting it, but I used to love CRKT. I used to love Case Knives. I used to love all of these knives, and I still will buy one once in a while just to.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You know, we went through the CRKT catalog the other night.
I watched. I was actually lurking.
I was really fucking critical.
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Deep down inside, there was little parts of me. It was like, you'd buy that fucking knife, and you know it.
That one that Lucas Burnley just did.
I'm not gonna. I don't know how. I don't know, because I used to have so many tip down carry knives, and now I don't know why. Like, I'm like, what? And I know 100% it's the out of the pocket, and when it comes out of the pocket, your finger's already on the flipper tab.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't fucking matter that much. But I'm serious. I'm like, I fucking hate tip. I hate tip down carry, and I'm like, I'm just throwing shade on CRKT, and then there's that little voice in your head that's like, motherfucker, you would buy the fuck out of that. And you know it.
Oh man, I used to didn't really care if they were down or up or whatever. It's just I'm very particular where I want to keep them.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to hear something funny? We're talking about racism and stereotyping. So you guys all know that my wife's Japanese. My wife really didn't speak all that much English when we met. I taught her most of the English that she knows. That's why she says fuck so much.
Okay.
So I was talking with Ben right before we started the live feed, and he's like, yeah, it's cool. He's like, I was like, yeah, we got the audio video figured out. We're good. I was like, it's a little choppy, but hopefully that figures out. And then he was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go take a leak and fill my water glass up. And I hear my wife over my shoulder because she was getting the laundry out of the washing machine, because he said my studio's in the garage and that's where our laundry is. And she goes, what's means take leak? And I was like, he's going to the toilet. And she goes, why doesn't he just say he's going to take a piss? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And so I literally spent like the last 10 minutes before looking up these. He's like, and piece of cake or easy as pie. And I was like, okay. So I looked it up. Did you know that easy as pie comes from the Maoris in New Zealand? So it's an Australian thing. It all came from 1920s Australia. So a pie for the Maoris in New Zealand, a pie was something you were good at. So if you're naturally good at something, to do something you're good at is as easy as your pie. So a pie already you're good at. So as easy as pie, like if you're doing something that's simple, it's as easy as pie. And it just became kind of a colloquial thing. And then it came across in World War I, World War II. And then no one knows no one knows easy as or piece of cake. No one knows where that came from. Like, that's mysterious.
That's very mysterious.
To take a leak comes from Shakespeare when he was talking about something and leaking in our leaking in our chimneys. And if you go back in Old English, leaking, to leak was to make water. And so to take a leak meant to make water. And I was like, so my wife asking me that question led me down this laundry. And I almost started, I did start the live feed. I started the live feed late because of that.
Oh, man.
Because I was like, I'm curious. And then Ben logged in and I was like, I'll be right with you. I'm busy. I'm busy looking up colloquialisms.
Tom.
No, Dong Martin, I can pull up my search history and I can take you to it. It came from a point in Shakespeare where he was talking about something, and then he was talking about leaking in our chimneys. And I was like, we may as well be leaking in our chimneys. And I was like, to make water. And it's Old English for to make water. I was like, holy shit. Best way to solve any tension. Brant singing "My Heart Will Go On." Sing for us.
Oh my God.
Sing for us. Friends don't let friends karaoke drunk.
No. I'm not singing Celine Dion on Mike's channel. No.
Hang on. I will read you what I was. Oh, no. That's not happening. I delete my search history every day. You know why? Because I know the fucked up shit I look at, and I don't want, like, I have a heart attack and somebody sees the shit I looked at 3 days ago, because I know what kind of weird shit I look at.
Oh, man.
And then there's the porn.
Oh, man.
Porn. I'm just talking about weird shit.
Okay. Live history. Good Lord.
Take a leak origin. I'm trying to find the one. Sorry, guys, I'm looking this up. Live search history. No, we're not looking at that. No, I do. I delete my search history relatively often.
I can't wait to get a new Hinder fire tack.
Okay, so Enemaline believes the take a leak is a modern usage, but also gives a Shakespearean quote with this meaning. So this came from, damn it, that's not the one I want. Okay, here we go. Why is it sometimes used expression to urinate, to take a leak, or take a piss instead of give a leak or give a piss? Anyway, it comes from the quote in this. So it comes from, what is this? Henry, I can't remember where this come from. Where this come from?
Johnny, quesadilla.
It says, why will they allow us nary a Jordan, and then we leak in our chimneys, and your chamber lie breeds fleas like a loach? And coming from to make water, a hound, when he cometh by a rosser or other beauties, though he may not piss, yet wool his hewer veep his leg up and make continence to piss. I forgot how hard it is to read Shakespeare. I took
not to be for not to be.
I took AP English. I had A's, and it would take me a long time to get back into being able to, like, put two into, like, it's hard to read Shakespeare. I enjoyed it back then. Johnny Quesadilla.
Hoi.
With the $4.99. Fuck. Yeah, we're going to extend it to Monday. I'm going to wind up extending this to Monday, and I'm going to carry that knife. You guys know I'm going to carry that knife. We got close enough, but let's see if we can't get it over 400. That'd be great, because, like I said, I just looked at how much that I just looked at how much the compressor for that Volkswagen air conditioner is going to cost, and everybody's like, "Oh, you know, fucking, you could like if you had a real job, you'd pay for it." And I was like, "Well, this is a job I got right now, so eat a dick." You know that bag of dicks you've been saving, you can eat it now.
Ay.
But when I've been drinking, it's sit or miss. My wife, okay. So two things have happened that made me appreciate how bad it is for my wife to be married to me. One night she came in and she's like, "What do you do in the middle of the night?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "Do you use like the sound, like you're hitting water? Like, do you like side of the toilet, like all the water?" And you're like, I was like, "Oh, you're asking if I'm using sonar?" And she's like, "It's horrible. There's like," she's not wrong. I would apparently wake up in the middle of the night and go take a leak and not know it. And I would just like in the dark, just like aim at the toilet. And she's like, every morning, like there's piss all over the toilet seat. And I was like, all right, that's true. She's got to sit in it if I don't clean it up. Like if she gets up in the middle of the night and she's basically sitting in piss.
Oh my gosh.
I don't recognize that I've done this. The other one was, you ever hear like your old lady fucking complain about like you leaving the toilet seat up?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah. Have you ever like accidentally left the toilet seat up and then go in the bathroom in the dark and sit down and use the toilet like to take a shit, and you left the toilet seat up and expect the toilet seat to be there, and then you just keep going? I did that one night. In the dark, and I thought I was gonna fall through the face of the fucking earth. And I was like,
"Oh my gosh!"
I was like, I get it. I get the whole toilet seat thing now. I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, I'm still going. You need one of those toilet. I just like, I don't know how I conditioned myself. Apparently it doesn't happen anymore.
Quack. Sharp thought told me to do it. So.
No, did I ever tell you guys the story about Skibbe the duck?
No.
So Skibbe is a Japanese word for horny. And my cousin Chad had a duck. He had a stuffed duck that a girl that he was dating at one time gave him as a gift. And she named it Skibbe the duck. Horny the duck. It was a horny duck. And he had this stuffed duck as long as we lived in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a friend that cut the head off the duck, and we got the head sewn back on. So Skibbe looked like fucking Frankenstein at one point. We were out one night in a town in Japan, and there was 3 of us, and we were all, it was a convertible. And so Chad was driving, my buddy Chad, my cousin Chad was driving. Our buddy Mikey was in the front, and I was in the back sitting up, and we were on a street, and it was really crowded, and it was like a parade kind of thing. It was like a festival, and there was girls everywhere. And so Chad got up. No, it was sunroof. It had a big sunroof, like T-top almost. And so we were up, and I was on the back, and Chad was standing up out the sunroof. Mike was out the sunroof. All 3 of us were out the sunroof, and no one was driving. The car was just coasting down the street. And we hit the car in front of us.
Oh,
and
no.
Chad convinced, like, Chad, we didn't get a ticket. We didn't get a fucking ticket. Because everybody was like, who was driving? And we're like, Chad had tossed the duck on the seat. He was like, the duck was. I was like, what? Nani? It's like the duck. Skibbe the duck. Skibbe the duck was driving the car. Chad almost killed the dude that cut the head off that stuffed duck. I swear to God.
Oh, man.
I thought I was going to be a witness in a murder. I thought I was going to be a witness in a murder trial in Japan. Like he was going to fucking kill him. But I mean, at that point, he'd had that duck for like 8 years, and it went on trips with us. It went everywhere with us.
The SKF.
I've got to get something to put. I got to get like a cork board or something and put some Velcro on it. Put all my patches on it. I
got one of those up over there. It's huge. It's all full right now, almost full.
What's the left one with the? So I see the Made in America, and then I see the one right behind your head. But what's the one by your right ear?
Oh, yeah. This?
No, that next one other.
This?
Yeah, that one.
That's Star Wars. That's just a little Star Wars. That's little.
Like a schematic?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Sharp Dot says you're always such a good sport, or you're such a good sport, Grant. Always good for a bunch of laughs. I like picking on you. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and then I'm gonna pick on you too, Mike. So there you go.
Are you going? Are you going to Blade Show?
No, I'm not. I wish I could. I went to Texas one. That was the only one. But
Well, I mean, that's like literally you could have walked there, right?
no, that's a little bit far.
I'm kidding. I had a buddy. I had a buddy one time that went to Texas. And he was doing a prisoner transfer from Ohio, from the prison in Ohio to a prison in El Paso. You know where the prison is in El Paso?
Yeah.
So he was like, he told me, he was like, well, I'd never driven. He's like, I've only ever left Ohio once. He's like, so I figured, he's like, I drive through Ohio and I get down south. And he's like, I hit Texarkana. He's like, I hit the Texas border in a day. He's like, I figured like I'm already almost there. How far could it be? He's like, it took me longer to drive across fucking Texas than it did to get to fucking Texas. I was like, yeah, I fucking know.
Yeah, because Texas is big.
I'm not gonna lie. I've made the trip. I've made the trip from San Diego to Texarkana.
Oh, that's cool.
I've done it like I've stopped in El Paso or what's the town right out? It's Benson, Arizona, right before you get to El Paso.
Yeah.
So stop there for like 4 hours and sleep and then drive across Texas and be in Texarkana. Like, what is it? I think it takes like 14, 16 hours, something like that. Like when you figure in gas stops, taking a shit. You can do it. You're just not going to fucking like it.
Nope.
Texas is Middle Earth. Texas is like a whole nother planet.
It can be.
Where are you at in Texas?
I'm in the Fort Worth area.
Dallas, Fort. Yeah, I was gonna say you're like right in the middle.
Yeah.
You got to get to anywhere else outside of Texas. You've got, I don't know, man. How far is it for you to get up to the northern border?
What am I flipping? I'm flipping my non-flipper.
That's not at all what I asked you.
No. No, I have to like literally, if I want to go somewhere way out south or north or west, it takes me a bit to get there.
Well,
like if I go to Childress,
if you drive north and you're trying to get to the border, how long does it take you?
It'd probably take me 2 or 3 days to get there.
No, it don't.
To me, it will, because I usually sleep in the passenger seat all the time.
Oh, me and the wife drove. Like I drove across Texas in a day. Like we left Texarkana and wound up in El Paso that day. And that's corner to corner. Like that's the only way you can make it longer is to go from the top right corner, the top northeastern corner to the southern point. I did it, and I'm not gonna lie. We left at sunrise from Texarkana, and it was dark when we got to El Paso. But
yeah,
you can do it. I'm just hang on a second. I gotta fucking look.
Like even me and my pops, we were thinking about like driving to Ohio, and it takes longer than going to Florida.
Oh, okay. So we left my house in the evening from my parents' house in Ohio, and we left in the evening, and I think we stopped in Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice.
And slept, and then drove from there to Texarkana.
Oh, nice.
And then that was a whole day, and then drove from Texarkana to El Paso.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, drove from, but I mean, literally, it was probably 18, 20 hours across the state. It's a good, but that was because I had my wife and a German Shepherd and had to stop and get gas and shit.
Yeah.
Like when I drove to Texarkana from El Paso, the last time I went to Texarkana from El Paso, I did it in I want to say I did it 12 hours, something like that. So from here to El Paso is about 12 hours. And then from El Paso to Texarkana is about another 12. It's about a 24-hour drive.
Like, I've been to the tip where Texas is, like Childress and all them other ones. But Childress is actually a small place, very small.
Yeah. I used to have to drive to El Paso pretty often. We had a reserve unit that we were responsible for their training.
Oh, that's cool.
When I was an expeditionary combat, I used to have to. No, you say that, but until you're driving, till you realize that once every other month you got to make a trip to fucking El Paso from San Diego. You're like, that's a long, desolate 12-hour fucking drive.
Oh man.
Because when you leave San Diego, you're not going to see shit until you hit Yuma, and that's 3 hours. So the first place you're going to see anything really that's worth even stopping to get something to eat, you're going to stop in Yuma. And then after Yuma, you got Casa Grande. There's ain't shit there. And then from there, it's just nothing across the 10 till you hit. Yes, Chuck it. I will absolutely agree with that. The El Paso freeway system is rubbish. It is hot fucking trash.
Thank you, Sharp Thoughts.
Sharp Thoughts Brant's becoming one of the most fun guests to have on. I like having Brant on. I like having there's a handful of people I like having on. I'm gonna talk to I got a piece of metal in my leg. Hang on a second. I gotta get this out. I knew it was there, and I've been trying to fucking get it out of my leg for a little bit. I have an idea. Let me see. Let me bring this up to y'all and see what y'all think about this.
Ooh.
I want to approach Jared Neves, Cole over at Tri-State, and I think it would be cool if the three of us, flashlight, got my tweezers. I'm doing a little bit of surgery. Oh, there we go. It's a piece of wire. Had a piece of goddamn copper wire in my leg. Or how that happened. Okay, back to. I'm sorry. I'm so. I've been drinking. I want to, since we all have StreamYard, I want to set it up. I want to do the thing where we hijack each other's channels, where I'm going to let. So like either Jared or Cole takes over my channel and I take either over Jared or Cole's channel. And so on a night where they typically will go live, we'll still go live, but it will be me on their channel. And on the night that I typically go live, it will be them on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really cool.
And so, I mean, that would be something where we would be able to, like, we could drive it would drive people to each other's channels, and it would give each channel a little bit of different content. But the caveat is that we're not like the owner of the channel is not allowed to say like, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. So the whole thing is like, I think that would be fun because that way, you know,
that would be fun.
I think that would be fun. I want to do it. I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna text those guys. I'm gonna do a group text tomorrow. It would be fun if I could get some other channels in on it. Because you know I'm friends with Nick Shabazz, Jim Skelton, and some of those guys. I don't know if
Skelton is a nice dude. I met him.
That dude's fucking great.
I met him. When I went to Texas Blade Show, I met him, and he was like, "Oh, I know you. I've seen you on." I said, "Hey, I know you." And he's like, "You know me?" I said, "I've seen you on Mike Ambler's channel, and I've seen you talk there." And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to Mike in forever."
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him in a while. And well, I kind of let him be because I knew he was getting ready for the show.
He had some sweet knives. Oh my gosh,
great! You want to talk about somebody that went from not knowing anything about making knives to just making some of the best fixed blade knives out there. Now his designs, they might not be something that speaks to me as far as like utilitarian purposes and carry, but when you get down to like consistency of grind, the cleanness, the fucking finish, the fucking all the stuff that like he's figured out and nailed down in such a short period of time, holy shit.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean, when I,
unbelievable how fast. It's unbelievable how fast he got to that.
oh yeah, I even told him and said I would buy one of your knives just to put in my display or something. Just it's so cool.
Oh, Chuck it says, I have a really cool idea for the channel takeover thing. I'll DM you. You know what made me think about it? Like I'm not, I know this might shock everyone. I'm not like a staunch conservative. I'm kind of a centrist, middle of the road kind of guy. I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm liberal when it comes to shit like the wife and I had to have an abortion once. You want to have abortion rights? That's fine. Do I think there needs to be some limits on it? Yeah, probably. Do I believe that you have the right to like color your hair anything you want and fucking chop off little pieces of your anatomy down below? Go for it. Just shut the fuck up about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. But when it comes to financial stuff, I'm more on the conservative side. Like we shouldn't be spending a bunch of money on some of these things. And I don't think we should be getting involved in a lot of shit in Europe. So like I'm kind of middle of the road, but Tim Pool had the Daily Wire take over his channel for a whole day. Like their whole feed was taken over by the Daily Wire. And I was like, that's actually a cool concept. That's a cool idea. Letting another channel take your channel over for a day. That's where I got that from. Because I watched Tim Pool because he's pretty much a milquetoast centrist like me. Hey, Mike, what am I carrying? Water to and from the house because you ain't. I was carrying water to and from the house because I ain't got no goddamn running water. I had to use the pump. Is that no, Ethan? That's not what it was. I know what he's carrying. That Zon Tonto.
Yeah, and he's trying to get me to do it. He's trying to get me to do it too.
I'm carrying this. I carried this all day today. This was what was in my pocket all day today. I wanted it. So I have to treat myself every once in a while. I finally got through all the last box of shit that Jared sent me. And he just sent me that other box of stuff. So I've got to get through the stuff that Murky Ocean, and I have a box of stuff from, I have a bunch of stuff from Murky Ocean, and I have a bunch of stuff from Beardo the Weirdo that I've got to get through too, for review stuff. I don't know how I feel about doing full reviews on everything, but I definitely have got to sharpen that Spy 121 or at Spy 25, that Spyderco Spy 25 knife.
Ooh.
I haven't had time to get. Why is this? What's in here? What is this? Oh, this was those Chris Reeve knives from Bowling Green, Ohio. I know where Bowling Green is. I've been to Bowling Green.
I do too. I've been there.
Bowling Green, Ohio?
I've been there. I went to the Harley's shop one day and bought me a shirt there, and there's a pretty cool place.
But why were you in Bowling Green, Ohio?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember. It was like years ago when I went there. I'm
just saying, like, that's an unusual place to go all the way from Texas to go to Bowling Green, Ohio. Like,
my dad.
Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah, that's what Sharp thought. I was gonna say it's Kentucky, not Ohio.
Oh, I'm talking about Bowling Green, Ohio. I was like, holy shit, why the fuck would you go there?
Yeah, it's Kentucky.
There is not a fucking thing there. Like Bowling Green, Ohio is like, why? Like people in Bowling Green leave town and they're like, they go on vacation. Like, do we have to fucking go back? Can't we stay here? Well, we got the house and everything. Fucking leave it. Let's stay here. It's not worth shit anyway. It's in Bowling Green, Ohio. Like, what the fuck am I gonna? Who's gonna buy it? Ulti Clip is an outstanding company. I've got to do the video about the Ulti Clip fucking sheath for the sea snake.
That is true, Pitt. That's true. I've been to the Corvette Museum. It's really cool.
Is that the one that had the the fucking sinkhole?
Yes, and Nigger's car is still down there to this day.
Jesus Christ.
And
Can you
they've
imagine
actually-
being? Can you imagine being the person that walked into the shop that morning to unlock the museum? And you're
Oh
like, I'm in
man.
so much fucking trouble right now. Like, like, what was that loud? What was that loud bang? And I was like, I'm pretty sure it was my butthole slamming shut. Bang! Oh no!
Whoa.
Have they figured out? Have they even tried to get those cars out of there?
Actually, they did. They actually did. And they actually presented them the way they are, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Why does that car look like somebody shoved it up someone's butt? Oh, it was in a sinkhole. I think Mike misspoke, but nope, there's a Bowling Green, Ohio population 36,000. That's a big old town in Ohio. 36,000.
Oh
Holy
my.
shit. That's a bustling metropolis compared to where I live. And I've been to Bowling Green. And if you went there, it's like driving to Cincinnati. The only reason to drive into Cincinnati is to drive out the other side. Same with Toledo. There's like cities on the corners of Ohio that, like the corner cities, there's just no real good reason to even go to those cities. Like you drive to Cleveland so that you can drive up into Painesville and up into New York to go to Ontario, Canada, or you drive to Toledo so that you can drive up north to go to Chicago, or you drive to Cincinnati so you can drive south to go anywhere other than those cities. It's just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Johnny Casada says he's flipping his sea snake, and I think Johnny Casada may have gotten into something. He's like, I'm flipping my sea snake. I'm like, I am pretty sure you're not. I'm pretty sure that Johnny Casada might need an intervention. So, have you noticed that? Have you guys all watched Pluto? Have you seen Pluto TV?
No.
Okay, so Pluto TV is an app that you can get on your phone or on your PlayStation, but you can also watch it like directly on their website on your computer. And it's like cable TV. It's like commercial TV. They have commercials and everything, but it's free. And you can just download the app. But they have a 24-hour-a-day cops channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because nothing, I was like, so when Ben and I did the little to test audio video, he goes, what's that in the background? I was like, oh, I was watching cops because nothing relaxes me like watching somebody get tased with pepper spray.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. Hold the fuck still. Stop resisting. I'm not resisting. I was like, look, if you're like pulling your arms forward and the cops are having a hard time putting fuck cuffs on you, having done law enforcement, I will tell you that that's resisting. I'm not resisting. The fuck you ain't. Like if I have to fucking tell you more than once to give me your hand, you're resisting. I was told one time, like, I want to ask you a question. I was like, what's that? It's like, how is it possible that you have used more pepper spray by yourself than the whole rest of the department combined? And I'm like, I don't know. I have a low threshold for bullshit. I don't know. What are you asking me? You didn't have to say a lot to me to wind up getting pepper sprayed. But put your hands behind your back. Add enough of your shit. Tired of you. I saw a dude pull another dude out of a car without taking his seatbelt off.
What?
You know how fucking strong you have to be to pull an individual out of the passenger
Yeah.
the driver's seat of the driver's seat of a vehicle without taking off their seatbelt, and then pick them up above your head and spike them like a football. And I was like, I got to get over there because he's gonna kill that dude. Fucking guard. It's a guard. He was his guy. His name was Hoslin, and I was standing gate guard duty. And this dude told this guy that he wasn't allowed to drive his car into housing without an ID. He could park his car and walk with his girlfriend, who was a dependent, but he could not drive into housing without an ID. And I had went to the bathroom, and as I'm coming back, what had happened was this dude got mad because all Hoslin was telling him was like, you just got to park your car here. And then you can just walk. It's like just around the corner. because this dude was he was like an expat, a son of an expat in Japan, and so he was an American, but he wasn't affiliated with the base. And Hostlins was trying to tell him real nice, he's like, you just can't. He's like, I have no problem letting you on. You can walk right in. And this dude spit in Hostlin's face, and Hostlin, like, I'm 6'3", 6'4", right? Hostlin was like 6'6", like 280 pounds, and he wasn't fat. And he reached into this car and picked this young man up and yanked him out of the car without removing his seatbelt. And as he did this sweeping motion, he had him above his head and threw him on the ground. And I knew this kid was already unconscious because the second he hit the ground, I heard, and I was like, he's out. And Hostlin was mad. And I was like, oh dear.
Oh, talk about Bane.
I'm running. I'm like, Hostlin, Dave, stop, Dave. Stop. I was like, he's going to pick him up and throw him again. He was like in the process of like, ah. And I'm like, no.
Smashed.
I was like, Hostlin's going to prison.
Woo!
I had never seen anything like that. I was like, I looked in the car and the seatbelt was still done. And I was like, did he yanked him out of the car without removing his seatbelt.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Hostlin could take, I've seen Hostlin do this. Hostlin could take a fucking 45-pound dumbbell and hold it out straight, like straight out for like 4 minutes. And I was like, good God.
Holy crap.
I was like, good God, that's not normal.
Whoa.
Will B says my buddy got pulled out of a fire at T-tops of his Firebird by a cop. I had
was the cop name Sheriff B Deputy? No, what's his name from Smokey the Bandit? Wilford T. Justice.
Buford T. Justice.
You boys can't open an umbrella.
I wound up having to pay to reupholster a friend's car one time because I refused to exit a vehicle. So I'm not gonna lie, I was shit-faced drunk. Ooh. And I was in my buddy Jeff's car, and I was back home on leave. I was in Ohio, and I went up to visit Jeff, and we got pulled over. Now, he was my designated driver, and I was the designated drinker. And we got pulled over, and they got him out of the car, and, you know, they were checking. And I get it. They were checking for weed and shit. But I was drunk. I didn't want to get out of the car. And one cop comes over. He's talking to Jeff. He comes over. He's like, sorry, I need you to step out of the vehicle. I was like, why? I'm not fucking driving. He's like, I need you to step out of the vehicle. I was like, why? You gave me a fucking RUI, riding while intoxicated or riding under the influence? And he's like, this is the last thing I tell you. And this is when I learned this maneuver. When a cop reaches on his belt and he shakes that can of pepper spray, that's when you should get out of the car and go, whose dick gets sucked first? But I didn't do that. And so he shakes that can. I didn't know what it was. He says, last time I'm telling you, step out of the vehicle. And I said, fuck you. I'm not getting out. And then I got out of the vehicle real quick because he sprayed me all over this area with pepper spray. Man. And I laid on the shoulder and clawed at the gravel for a few minutes until he decided he was done laughing at me and then cuffed me. And then I got told that I should obey every order of a police officer. And then because I got sprayed inside the car, my buddy was like, bro, you owe me to get this car reupholstered because every time I drive it and it's hot, my eyes water and I can't fucking see because the pepper spray, the Cat Sanson would come out of the fucking seat. He goes, I got in the car the next day. He's like, my eyes fucking hurt so bad. Like, all right. I paid like $600 to reupholster his car. I was like, it wasn't even a good car. The car probably wasn't worth $600. That was my precocious youth.
Mike in his early days.
I had to take 50,000 volts and pepper spray several times. I did too. I had to go to the non-lethal weapons instructor school. I would much rather get tased than get pepper spray. Definitely I would take, because that's like it's like 5 seconds. If they give you a full 10-second ride, that's rough because you're like 10 seconds and you fucking fall down and you're like, pepper spray sucks for hours. Like maybe 5 minutes later, you're like, I still feel a little jello-y and jiggly after a taser. That's not bad. There was a restraint belt that we had to get trained on, which had electrodes that go right on your kidneys and it had a remote. That'll make you piss your pants. I know that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that'll make you fucking piss your pants. There's just no two ways about it. You will piss your pants. Maybe shit your pants. Who knows? Like, you're definitely gonna piss. Maybe shit. Logan, Ohio has a stream where the cop streams while giving people tickets for non-victim crimes. Non-victim driving offenses. I give you a ticket. I give you a ticket for a non-victim driving offense. Speeding. Fucking don't turn on your turn signal. All that shit. Fucking half the time that's an indicate. I don't know if you know this, but in the law enforcement community, there's little things that people do or don't do that we call clues. And one of those big ones would be 3 or 4 grown adults with their hands out the window doing this shit, because that indicates that they're probably all fucked up. If I see 3 adults in a vehicle going like this, I'm pulling them over because either they're high or they're really fucking drunk, and there's a good chance that the driver is as well. The only reason the driver ain't doing this shit is because he's all nervous and he's got a hold of the steering wheel like this. Like, I got to get these fucking drunk shits home.
You ever seen that video where a guy was sleeping in a Tesla and everybody started freaking out because they kept going like, "Oh my gosh, you got to call 911."
Did you see the video of the guy that was? Well, here's the thing: you can't sleep. That's illegal. You still have to be in control of that motor vehicle. You can't be asleep. I don't give a fuck about auto drive, motherfucker. That's cruise control. We had a kid that moved to our town from India, and his dad, like, he was a doctor, but he'd never owned a car. Never owned a car. And so when he got this minivan, it had cruise control, and he had to go on a trip. And he didn't realize that cruise control was not autopilot. He put on cruise control and wrecked the van because he got out of his seat and went back to get something out of the cooler in the back of this van that they had. It wasn't a minivan. It was like it was like kind of a big van. You could like walk between the 2 seats in the front, and in the back he had something. He had like a cooler back there. So he's back trying to get a soda, and the fucking car just went off the road. Fucking wrecked. He almost died. I was like,
gosh.
He's a fucking doctor. He should have known better. Like, he's an intelligent individual.
Oh man, that's creepy.
Guy on the freeway in his Tesla trying to take pictures of the mountains, staring into the distance. Geez, that's scary. I saw a video of a guy that actually, they caught him sleeping. Like, they were honking their horns. They was trying to get his attention to shit, or trying to pull him over. And he's like, and he tried to tell him, he's like, I wasn't sleeping. And I was like, bullshit.
And those cars can go fast. They have one that's called Ludicrous Mode.
Have you? Bro, there's a video that Jim Skelton posted up on Instagram where there was a Tesla at a dead stop and a BMW that had cruise control set at 70 miles an hour and hit 70 and then passed him at 70 and punched it. So he had to stay at 70 until he hit that car and then punched it. And the Tesla from a dead stop still caught him and beat him in a quarter-mile race. So that means he went from 70, and a BMW M4 has got some acceleration from 70 to 90. Don't take you very long in a BMW M4. And that Tesla from a dead stop still caught a BMW that was going 70 and then accelerating at full throttle acceleration from 70 to whatever top end. And that Tesla from a dead stop fucking caught and passed the BMW. I was like, the second I saw that video, and I was like, Jim had posted, I was like, you know, when you watch a video, it's like, watch it again. I'm like, watch it again. Watch it again. I was like, I kept watching. I was like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, you're very Jeez.
Oh yeah, Sharp Thought says I saw that too, Mike. It was his second or third time getting pulled over for sleeping. Pitt says Ludicrous Mode is insane. Seen phones stick to the back seat when it flew out of a passenger's hand. The only thing I can equate it to would be like some of those fucking what is it? The roller coaster, like the one we have out here, Top Speed Dragster, or the one they have in Ohio, which is they're not Top Speed Dragsters in Ohio. What's the one out here? I can't think of. But at any rate, it launches you and then you hit like 80 miles an hour like that. And it just throws you back. And I don't care how many times you've ridden that ride. Every time you're like, Jesus. My daughter and I rode it 4 times in a day because the line is really long. And I was like, every time we would get on that thing and I'd get in the seat and that thing would launch, you're like, good God. Oh, I almost pooped. Accelerator, that's what it is. Jesus, that thing will get your attention like every time you fucking ride it. I love it. It's a great ride. And it's fast. And I forget what it accelerates to, but it's like out of the blocks, like in the first second, you have hit maximum speed for that ride. And you're like, good. You go from 0 to like 90 in a second. You're like, Jesus.
Gee whiz.
Let's see. What is the accelerator? Here, let's pull it up.
2.3.
Accelerator. Did you already look it up?
No, Sharp Thoughts.
2.3. Yeah, accelerator. From 0 to 82 miles an hour in 2.3 seconds. It's like being shot out of a cannon. Like your butthole, you can't control it. Like your butthole fucking cinches up like the top of a Crown Royal bag. Like that's like, wow, shit. You can't even say anything. Like people don't you don't hear anyone screaming on that ride until you like at the top. Like they were like, ah! What do you guys think of the Spyderco stovepipe? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see.
I don't like it.
EYDERCO stove.
I don't like it.
Let me see here. Spyderco stovepipe image. Oh, hell no. That's that ugly ass fucking thing that I'm not even gonna put that up on the screen. That thing's hideous. That's that thing that NAF Sergeant bought one.
Oh, hey, man.
How do you spell shit in Cyrillic? SPYDERCO.
Oh.
Expensive and ugly, and the blade needs reshaped.
I imagine a lot of people were going to.
Huh?
I imagine a lot of people will. Mike's like all drunk out right now.
I'm actually not. I'm actually not. I slowed down. I've got whiskey left. I don't want to feel like the floor of a theater when I wake up tomorrow. How do you feel? I feel horrible. You look like shit. Thanks. That means I look just like I feel. Here's the thing. I'm not opposed to like a straight edged Warncliffe that has been done in a cleaver style. So when it comes down and it's clipped down, it looks like a cleaver. I'm not opposed to it. That one just looks, well, it looks hideous. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty fucking bad. When is the next cutlery corner with PDM? I don't know. I don't know if I can trust him to do it without purchasing a bunch of shit because you guys paid for it. I mean, shit, we're $60 shy of carrying the fucking things that I don't want to talk about it. I don't talk about it. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. It's 11 o'clock at night. I have to get up tomorrow. I still have to finish editing. I sharpened a tungsten carbide sandrin the other day. Oh. Yes. It's kind of what I said when I got halfway through it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm really not enjoying this at all. It chips so bad. Like So when you're trying to get it thin, like I was trying to get the original bevels reprofiled back. And then it was like, as I was doing it, I just noticed it kept chipping. I had to do the original bevels and then go back and do a micro bevel. So I'm hoping, no, because we did a podcast. So podcasts typically are a little bit different. I'm going to extend it to Monday. We've got till Monday. So we've got, and I have to redo the math because there's two different, my calculations came out a little bit higher, like $30 or $40 higher than what everybody else's calculations came out to. So somebody went through and was doing the math on it. And I was like, well, I mean, do I look like I math a lot? So I got to redo them maths and make sure that it's right. So, I mean, I'm probably still going to do it, and I'll probably just keep it open. Like I've just got to, I'm broke now. I already gave you as much as you're getting. That's fine. There's like 19 other people here. I think we are due for a yee stream. I think we're gonna have to do that, and I think that's what Wednesday. So you guys know Wednesdays I'm gonna try and do the catalog reviews. If you guys want me to do that on a Friday, like pick Fridays to do that where I don't have guests, so that we can all hang out longer, that'd be absolutely fine with me. I don't have a guest on every Friday. If you guys want to do something like that more on a Friday where everybody can hang out longer, not have to work the next morning, that's not a good sign. That's a sign that we're going to probably end this here before too long. I'm yawning. Oh, so I told the guys in the Gilded server about it. I went to go get Chinese food because I didn't feel like cooking. I was out of time. I went to go get. There was an adult that threw a preschool temper. I swear to God, it took everything I had in me to not slap the ever living shit out of this bitch. In public at a restaurant, threw a preschool temper tantrum because she ordered chicken fried rice and was upset that there was actual meat in it. She's like, well, you need to mark this as non-vegan. I was like, it's in the fucking name of the item. Chicken fried rice. I don't know how much more clear you can be about that.
Oh, yeah. People are stupid. That's another Karen.
It's on the menu as chicken fried rice, and it has ingredients listed. Rice, fried rice with chicken, peas, carrots. And I was like, I swear to God, if that hit, I would have. Everyone that is under the age of 30 owes their parents a fucking apology. Because they fucking raised you better. And you know it.
Oh boy. In this day and age.
Bill says, I'd prefer Friday since it's hard for me to make it to the end of a stream if it goes too late with the time difference. Okay, well, we can look at that. I just, I don't think I've got anything. Next week, I have Ray from Everyday City Carry. So
heck yeah.
We might not do that. I did the podcast on Ray's podcast the other day, and I think when did he tell me he's releasing that? Hang on a second, I'm gonna check. What did he tell me? He said Instagram. What? I don't remember. What I see? What did Ray say? He said, cool, essentially. Our episode, so next Friday, the same day he's going to be on my channel, his goes up. Yeah, Brant, sing a song for me. Give me a serenade.
No, I'm good. I'm not doing it. I don't want you to get a copyright strike for that by saying.
I'm pretty sure I can hear you talk. I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be able to decipher what it was to figure out that it's going to need copyrighted. Was this?
Shout out to him.
Was this? Wouldn't be the first time I got slapped for asking for stranger. Are you stupid? I had a dude that I used to hang out with. His name was Aerosmith. Rob Aerosmith.
What?
His name was Rob Aerosmith. That was his actual, honest to God, last name, Robert Aerosmith.
Oh my
and
god!
This was so. My wife was still in Japan. I was out here for school, and I used to go hang out with him at the bar because he always needed adult supervision. And so one night we were out, and he goes up and he's talking to this chick, and I'm sitting there drinking my 28th beer because I just fucking just go out and drink and then go back. But he's always hitting on these chicks. So he walks up to this chick one time, and he'd been hitting her. He'd been talking to her for like 20, 30 minutes. Like he was like, he bought her a couple drinks, and he's like, so you can come back to you ready to go back to my apartment or what? She's like, what for? And he looked at her and he says, bitch, it's not going to suck itself. And he walked around the rest of the night with a handprint. Like right all the way across his face. All the way across his face.
Oh, man.
You fucking earned that. He goes, yeah, it's like every once in a while that doesn't play out the way I thought it would. But he was in really good shape, and he used to walk up to chicks at the bar, and he had a 6-pack, and he'd pull up his shirt. He goes, want to do your laundry? And I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, good God. He did it. He did it. Sometimes it works. Sometimes he did that one night at a bar, and I was like, Rob fucking walked over to this chick, and he pulled up his shirt. He's got this 6-pack abs. He had like no body fat. He pulls up, and he flexes me. He's like, want to do your laundry? And then you see this chick's face, and she was like, she fucking told her friend, she's like, I'm leaving. Like, walking out the door, I was like, I guess I'm taking a taxi back. Taxi back to the base.
Oh man.
I would so we would go me and this other kid would go out to this one bar just down at the corner of the base. I can't remember the name of the place. Was it Lucky 13 or something like that? At any rate, it's right at the ramp for the freeway. It's off limits now. And we used to go there all the time. Well, one night he went by himself. I didn't go. He's like, are you coming? I was like, nah, I'm just going to stay in my room and hang out. I'm going to FaceTime with the wife because, I just go have a few beers and then go back to the room and study because I was there for school, like a student. So I was being the adult because I was already pretty senior in the military. And so this kid goes one night and he starts dancing with this chick. And he didn't know it, but he asked her to dance. She said, okay. And her boyfriend walked in and saw them dancing. And apparently he was a really, really jealous type and beat this young man almost to death. Like I had to go visit him in the hospital. And I was like, what happened? He's like, I went to that little bar we've been going to. He's like, I started dancing with this chick. This dude came in and he beat me. He's like, I don't remember everything. He's like, I remember he hit me once. And he's like, I think he's like, I thought I can get up from this. And he goes, he hit me the second time. He's like, that's pretty much the last thing I fucking remember until I wound up in the ambulance. I was like, good God. I was like, was it worth it? And he goes, she was pretty hot. And I was like, he's all in traction and shit. And he broke his arm and he broke a bunch of his ribs and shit. I was like, I don't think it was worth it.
No.
Was this, we forgive you tonight, but next time sing a song. Was this, we used to hit on all the ugliest chicks at the bar and get their numbers and slip the numbers into the pocket of whoever blacked out.
Good one. That's a good one. That's funny.
When I would designated drive, when I was designated driver, there was a lot of times that I'd let them get blackout drunk and I'd have them pay for gas like a couple times throughout the night. Hey, I gotta get gas. You guys owe me gas money. Like, oh, okay. And then they black out and they passed out drunk. And they're like, I wake up, I was like, hey, guys, I gotta get gas. Y'all owe me some gas money. I mean, if you got a bunch of friends that are complete drunks, you can make a killing as a designated driver. You just fill your car up like I'd drive down the road every fucking gas station. I'd be like, I wonder if I can pull it again. Pull in. I was like, hey, guys, wake up. Guys, I got to get gas. Y'all owe me for gas. I'm like, next thing you know, they're handing out cash. I'm like, let's try the next one and see if anybody remembers we just got gas like a block ago. Chuck, that's evil. That's some evil shit. You ever have that friend that gets real drunk and he gets beer goggles and you don't try to dissuade him? You're like, bro, like that chick you were talking to. He's like, you think she likes me? You're like, yeah, bro. You should talk to her some more. And you're like, that chick looks like Jabba the Hutt. He has no idea.
Oh man,
Chuck, it is pure evil. I dig it. That's fucking great.
Ooh.
Guys, it's an hour and 20 minutes. Brant, did you get anything new as far as knives?
No, I haven't got anything new.
So you still have just like hinderers laying on every horizontal surface of your house?
Yeah, that's pretty much already near.
I have something here that I want to show you guys, but I want to do a video about it first.
Okay.
So it's not going to happen. Jared sent me some pretty cool stuff. And I have a couple things that have come in. Well, I'll show it to you. I think I showed it once already. I don't know. I drink a lot, so it's changed. No, I haven't. I actually haven't. I don't think I have shown it. So I have to sharpen this for one of my paying members. Brant, you'll get a kick out of this with your email address.
Oh.
I have something old and rare and awesome. I have a cold steel mini Tonto.
Now that is pretty rare.
The old original cold steel mini Tonto, fucking Ventura, California, made in Japan.
Oh.
And it's a little itty bitty guy. I mean, it looks smaller because I got really big hands.
That is tiny.
That thing, it's not really that tiny.
That is tiny. That's a letter opener.
Brant, that's my Sabenza in my hand. It's not that tiny. I want you to put it in perspective. That needs the secondary edge reestablished. But yeah, that is a cold steel mini Tonto. I have never seen one in person until my buddy Winston Cabretti dropped it off here at the house. Sharpening. These things were made so well. Like, that is solid. That's like a solid knife.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, Sharp Thoughts.
Yeah, put it in your hand like that. Yeah, see how much of it sticks? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here, I'll do the Jake Hoback Husky.
I just sharpened a Jake Hoback. And so, like, I sharpened a Jake Hoback Quayback with a Tonto grind.
Oof.
And the Quayback's not a bad knife. It's a solid knife. It's just not a knife for me. And it is 100% American made, regardless of where everything else was made. That was an American made. But the problem is, like, Jake had them with just the regular grind, the regular edge on them without the Tonto. That's what he should have stuck with, because I would hazard to say that, not hazard to say, how do I say this? I would ask that every knife maker, if you don't know how to grind an American Tonto, fucking don't. Because what happens is they come out all asymmetrical and fucked up, and then they get sent to me to fix, and it takes me forever, and there's much cursing and swearing and gnashing of teeth. I'm not like, Cold Steel got their Tontos good. Their Tontos were done well. But then again, they're like, the Cold Steel was the ones that basically the American Tonto was something that they didn't come up with it, but they're definitely the ones that sold the most of them.
Yeah. Here you go, Sharp Thoughts. Here's some more. This is actually a collab with GTC.
I don't want to see that anymore.
Why?
Oh, I can hear you, but I don't want to see it.
Okay.
Thing is hideous.
I understand. It's not
It's
for everybody.
hideous.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for anybody.
I just liked it was cool because I never could afford one of his real knives, so I got it.
I got to I sharpened an actual GTC, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't okay, but I was, after all the hype, I was kind of underwhelmed because I'd seen the ZT, the ones that ZT did. I've sharpened some of those too, and I was expecting so much more when I got to handle an actual one, and I really didn't get that. Like I kind of just got the same thing.
That's a Jin Enzo one.
A what?
Jin Enzo design.
It's not a bad knife. I think I've had one of those in for sharpening.
Yeah, it's. See, there's.
Yeah.
It's not a bad knife. I mean, I carried it, but it's just a little heavy.
I was going to say, if I remember right, the one I had, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. I was like, is it heavy?
It is very heavy. I mean, I don't even think these are these milled? I don't know if they're milled. No, they're not milled.
Just solid tie?
Yeah, it's solid tie. Jeez.
Fucking, yeah, that makes them heavy. What was it I had the other day that I had two knives in a video, or a couple knives in a video. One of them was super, super light. And then I picked up the next one. It was like, it was titanium. And even though titanium, like even solid titanium is not as heavy as some other stuff. Like if they were steel liners, but just the drastic difference in weight, I was like, holy shit.
This is a Sienkiewicz and a Rexford design.
Sienkiewicz Rexford collab?
Yeah, collab with ZT. This is one of their it's one of their older designs, and this is actually blue carbon fiber, but it doesn't show very well. But yeah,
it's hard to get colors to show up.
Oh well. Yeah, it's very sometimes. This was my favorite knife to carry at one point.
I owned an actual Rexford for
those are nice
for 2 hours.
Oh, for two, dang, it's not bad.
Yeah,
2 hours.
I bought a Rexford at a show, and I paid table price for it. I paid $2,000 for it. And I turned around and fucking sold the fucking thing for $10,000. Why did you do that?
Oh, this is a buddy of mine's. He sadly passed away, and one of his family members gave it to me. It's called the Speed Bump. The Kershaw Speed Bump.
I was gonna say that's that Kershaw, right? It's got that weird lock mechanism on it.
Yeah, you just hit the pocket or whatever. And it opens up just like that, and you just push up, and it just closes.
Yeah, I remember seeing those.
Yeah, but here you go, Mike. Tip down, tip up, tip down. Okay.
Not only was it tipped down, but did you see that pocket clip?
Yeah, I saw it too. Yes.
That looked like that was, I mean, that's a
lot of metal.
What was this? Pitt said, did you say something earlier about tungsten carbide? I was thinking of picking one up, but afraid to sharpen it. Okay, here's the thing. You got to use diamond. You can't, it's just don't do it. Like tungsten carbide, everybody's like, oh, it's really good for cutting tools. And it's like, yeah, but cutting tools. So like cutting tool, allow me to draw this. So a cutting tool has got an angle typically, even on a thing where it comes down on, and it comes down like these L's. You see those little L's? So they're either like 90 degrees or they're pretty obtuse. They're pretty steep angles. They're pretty solid. But when you put it on a knife and you bring that angle down to that, it chips away. And like I really had to fight with that to get it sharp. What is that?
This is the Deja Vu. Benchmade Deja Vu.
I don't want deja vu. I don't want to ever see that again. So. They should have called it the "You seen it? Don't fucking look at it again." Good God, why'd you show that to me? That's the names that they should have called those guys. Holy shit! What the fuck is that?
Are you a fan of Southern Grind?
I am a fan of the quality of their knives. I'm just not a fan of some of the aesthetics. They're comfortable in hand.
You
They're
didn't
just
know?
not good looking.
You know they actually sold the brand.
Yeah, I know.
That was pretty sad. I was like, man.
You guys don't know Zach Brown from Zach Brown Band actually owns Southern Grinds. Their knives were okay. They're just not pretty. Like there's so much more they could have done to make them so much more aesthetic.
What about are you a fan of Steel Wheel?
Yeah, I like some. Is that wait, is that the Gecko?
Yeah, this is the original Gecko. This is the I got number 18 because this was the first issues.
That is the only backlock. That is the only backlock that I've had come in the last. But basically, that's the smoothest backlock I've ever come in.
Oh yeah,
I had the mini Gecko come in. That thing is smooth as shit. I was like, that's a.
This is the cut jack.
Yeah, I had a cut jack with black G10 that came in that I sharpened.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like the thing with the steel wheel knives is sometimes they got some crazy color schemes on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Gecko, I sharpened that mini Gecko in N690 CO, and it was freaking great.
Oh yeah.
Sharp Thought says that's what I like about Brant. He's got some. That's a Sinkovich right there.
That is a Sinkovich.
You can tell.
That's one of my knives that was very hard to get at the time when I was trying to hunt it down.
The smaller version of that, the one that's a lot smaller.
Oh, yes.
All of them, every one of those ZT Sinkoviches that I've seen, the small ones, when you look when you look down the knife from the fucking heel to the tip, or when you look down either way from the tip to the heel, the blade is actually ground to favors, I think, if I remember right, the show scale. So if you're looking down at it to the right, which one's that?
There's a field grade Spartan Blades, Talos.
Spartan Blades has got some really good stuff.
This is their cheap line. That's what they call it.
Yeah. They call it their cheap line.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just their field grade is probably their line that you can get.
Oh, I see. I thought you said they call it their cheap line, and I was I don't know if I want to name stuff that. Like, I have a cheap line.
No, I'm just saying that just because it's a nice knife.
Okay, you know what? We got like 30. I can. I've done it. I poured it. So we're gonna sit here for at least however long it takes me to. That's a happy sound.
There's the old school Adamas.
I had so I'm pretty sure I would have to look it up. So I was issued a Benchmade auto, and I swear to God, it was an auto Adamas. Push button auto.
Those weren't into production back in the 90s. It was probably
this would have been
what, like 2000 somewhere?
Yeah, it should have been let me see, the last time I went downrange, so 2005, 2006 time frame.
Then you probably had the Striker. That one was one of the ones you probably had.
Yeah.
The Striker was it was an Alan Switz design. It was pretty popular.
Fucking beast. It was so hard to get sharpened. That was a quality Benchmade right there. That was a good knife.
I have one myself, and that thing can never
beast. It was huge too. Like, even in my hands, it was big. No, I know what the Striker was. Striker was a smaller knife. This thing looked, I'm telling you, it looked just like the Adamas.
Then you probably had the large version of the Reflex. Of the there's a mini Reflex, and there's also the large version, which has been discontinued.
I don't know. Here's the thing: when you would go down range and you'd leave your shit unattended, the motherfuckers would steal shit just to steal shit. I'm like, who the fuck would steal that? Just to steal shit. But you had to carry your stuff around with you all the time, or it would get stolen. What's that one?
This is my original Benchmade Reptilian.
Reptilian's a really good knife.
This is the knife that got me started in the high-end knives. This was $100 at the time when I bought it.
They were good.
They were really good.
They were good. They still are. Like, that's the only, like, okay, if I was going to buy a Benchmade, that would probably be one of the ones I would get.
Oh, yeah. And
we
thanks
watched,
to Zach.
We watched, say what?
I said thanks to Zach Stuff for sending me the patch and also some goodies.
Yeah. We watched the first, so me and the paying members have watched the first 4 episodes of Reacher on Amazon Prime.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard that's pretty good.
Oh, it's good, but there's so in one of the episodes he steals a knife. He takes a knife out of somebody's tackle box, and we're trying to figure out what knife it was. And there's a scene where you get to it, and it's a Benchmade Reptilian. And I was like, all right, that's not a bad knife right there. Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorite things, is to watch movies and shit and see if I can identify the knife.
Nice.
So like, there's in the movie Priest, you know, the vampire movie Priest.
Yes.
I have the knife. I have the knife that the priest carries, the cold steel Sizu.
Oh, that's cool.
I have that, and it was a very, very limited run of knives, and I have one of them. It's one of my favorite knives.
That is cool.
Chuckett asked if you want to buy his Benchmade North Fork.
No, I'm good. If it's a hinder, I would buy it, but no.
I have a knife that I didn't think I was going to like. Actually, it's over here. I have a knife that I hated and I bitched about and complained about when it first came in, and it still has a lot of shit about it I don't like. But I will say that this Spyderco Hanan,
I've always liked that knife,
by Brad Southard, has kind of grown on me. I don't like the flipper. It's kind of mushy. You got to get it just right or it won't deploy all the way. It likes to pinch your finger in the compression lock. Mm. But I have to say, I have really kind of acquired a taste for it. Unfortunately, it's probably going to go somewhere. This was something that was sent to me to do whatever I wanted with. I'm probably going to wind up selling it because I need some money. I have a couple of my guys. I actually have a couple of my Ferrum Forge knives that do not get any pocket time that I may be selling. One of them being a full Maker's Choice, fully carved, stupid expensive knife. As soon as they come back from Cole over at Tri-State EDC.
Thank you, Zach Stuff, for sending me that.
Is Zach still here?
No, I think he left a while ago. But yeah, he sent me the pocket clip and also the this thing.
Did you just put those on just now?
Yep, just put them on.
I'll say, because they weren't on there before.
Yeah, I just now put them on. So
I'm not. Here's the thing: I'm not a fan of like I don't like any color for scales other than like anodized titanium in, random colors.
Yeah.
Or black. Like I understand some people like blue and stuff, but I don't get the FRN orange. It just looks like shit.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Yeah.
I know some people do, but for me, I just can't. I guarantee it'd be easier to find if you drop it in the woods.
Oh yeah, you definitely find it in the woods. Here you go, JP Knives, JP Knife Collector.
Is that the blue jacket?
No, this is actually the Eclipse, Hinder Eclipse.
I sharpened a custom blue jacket or blue belly or whatever it was for somebody that had that hand done blade that looked a lot like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was real. I would say it was one of the thinner Hinderers I ever saw. It was, it was good, but the edge was really, really, really bad on it, and it took a long time. It was a 20 CV, and it took a real long time to get it completely reprofiled the way I wanted it. But the problem he had with it was he bought it and it came and it had some weird linear scratches on the blade. And he tried to send it back to Hinder, and they're like, yeah, that's not us. And he was like, it literally came that way. And so he showed pictures of it. He did not, you could look at it and see he hadn't used it, but he was like, see those scratches? And I was like, yeah. He's like, it came that way and they wouldn't take it back. And he was like, is there a way that I could get you to like refinish the blade? And I was like, do you want to keep the markings? He goes, well, absolutely. I was like, then no. Like if you want to keep the markings, then no.
Yeah.
You gotta, either you have the scratches and the markings, or you have a refinish with no markings, because they're all going to go.
This is the 3-inch Eclipse.
That's not a bad looking blade shape, I guess.
No, it's just a Harpin's Fanto. It's a shorty version of the actual. Where is it?
Why don't you have them in a case or a roll? Why do I hear knives just rattling against each other like a Tupperware container?
Well, I have them that way so I can lock them up in my safe, and I don't have a quite big enough safe for my big old Pelican case.
Guess what? Just buy a gun. That's
Okay.
the best safe you can get. I feel safe already.
Yeah, I got a lot of these. Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Oh, here I'll show you something that probably a lot of people don't have. It's the Torch 2 by Gerber, and it's a Hinder. Mike's not satisfied. I can tell.
I don't know how I feel about that one. Well, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of half-rated blades.
But this was Hinder's first production Hellfire. At the time when he made this knife, so this is pretty rare out there. It's pretty smooth too. But look at the pocket clip that they chose. That's a funky one.
I don't want to look at that anymore.
Okay. All right. I'll stop looking.
You know how vomit smells?
Yeah, I know.
That is the visual. That's the visual. That is the visual represent. That looks like vomit smells.
Oh my goodness. Here you go, JB. This is the full version of the XM, or not the Eclipse, without the tri-way.
Like, you know what? I have had several Hinderers come in, and they all had a tri-way, and I keep meaning to take them apart to see what's going on in there, and I always forget. Like, I always forget to see. Like, I should do a video about how the tri-way pivot looks inside, and I was like, I always forget. Because no matter how hard he tries, it's still not going to be as smooth as this. I will tell you, I was so surprised. So I did the whole, what's the smoothest knife in my case? Did you see that video yet, Brant?
I don't think I have.
I did it once before, and I told everybody, I did it once before, and I had a clear winner. But I have new knives now, and there's stuff that's been replaced, and there's stuff that came in. So now I actually have an ammo can case and things like that. So there's an ammo can that has an insert in it. There's a few knives in that weren't in the case before. Do you know what the smoothest knife in my case was? That is the Kubi. That is the Kubi Knives 344, and there is nothing there. You can feel nothing. It is literally, and that's a light blade.
Wow.
There is zero friction. And I was like, that pivot's got to be loose as shit. And I was playing because I was like, I knew it was smooth, right? I knew it was smooth. It's almost as smooth as my Norseman. But the thing is, as a budget knife, is it going to stay that smooth? Probably not. No. But no joke. Out of the box, this thing was as smooth as anything else in my case. I took this out of my case. Like, this wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to do this as a comparison. But yeah, this thing is nuts. Like no joke, like dangerous. Give it a little tap and it breaks that.
Boop, there it goes.
Like, listen. Can you hear anything?
No.
That's what I'm saying. There is zero anything. You can't feel it. You can't hear it. Anything like that.
Man.
Mike, I'll send you my Kaiser Towser K if you want. It's smoother, guaranteed. You can send it to me. Like I said, the only thing I have that's as smooth, if or smoother, is my Norseman, and that's a high bar to set. And like right now, this thing's dirty as shit because I've been using it. This is still way smoother than this, but this is the first knife I've had get as close. That has gotten that close to as smooth as a Norseman.
Here you go, Mike, if you want to see. That's what they look like.
Hang on. It's kind of hard to see on a webcam. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what's the difference? Like, is it just that he's got it built so that he has pre-made washers? So if you want washers or bearings, so you can just drop them all in?
Yeah, they come in a kit. Like most of the hinderers you get, they come in this, it's called the Triway, which you know. But it has, inside, you get phosphorus bronze and also Teflon. And then there's little tiny spacers you can put on it that you put on. That you literally just put the little spacer on top of this, and then you put the little thing on top of it. And then you can literally just make it your own.
So you can have phosphorus bronze washers or what? Okay, so there's nothing different about the pivot. He's just made a whole set of things so that you can pick or choose.
Yeah,
okay.
You can choose them what you want.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, what's the difference? And like, everybody talks about the skiff bearings, and I was like, you know, I've had knives that came in with skiff bearings, and I don't really see them being that different, but I've never had skiff bearings and the original bearings to put them in and out. That's like I was messing around with this, and this knife felt smooth, but when I did the side-by-side comparison with other knives, I was like, holy shit, that's really smooth. Like, you don't realize it until you have a comparison point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like, here, I'll show you this is the little spacer you put in inside the blade.
Mm-hmm.
You just put it right on top of it, just like that. Just basically, it's just a little spacer, and then you put
your phosphor bronze washer on top of it.
You could put, your Teflon. Either one you want.
Well, it comes with Teflon. It comes with Teflon, phosphor bronze, or bearings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good idea. I can appreciate that. I don't know.
That's how it looks when you have it in.
That's cool. Here's the thing. In my opinion, this has been my opinion, and Jesus Christ, I got fucking, what do you call it? Scoriated and fucking vilified and crucified and fucking told I was a piece of shit for saying it. At this point, bearings outweigh the benefits of washers, because honest to God, I will tell people like, oh, well, bearings get dirtier. I'm like, well, yeah, bearings get dirtier, but I can't take a washer knife when it gets dirty and put it under the sink and rinse it out with hot water and then put 2 drops of oil on either side of the blade at the pivot point and have it get down into the bearings and clean it up and get back to the same action I was. I can do that with a bearing knife. So like everybody's like, oh, like washers are better. And I'm like, those are the same people that are nostalgic for the 80s. And I grew up in the 80s and I was poor. And I'm going to tell you right now, the 80s fucking sucked. So that whole nostalgia thing and going backwards, I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. I think that bearings are better. Now, would I want the action on my Sebenza to change? No, I don't want my Sebenza to be a flipper. As far as like the action and the way it feels, I can understand that. But saying that bearings are better, that we're saying that washers are better, I don't agree. I think that bearings are so much easier to maintain.
Yeah, they are.
I can
Very.
blow them out. I can wash them out. And even if I'm out in the fucking field, they're like, oh, well, bearing knives get dirt down in the bearings. I'm like, yeah, but if you get dirt down in the pivot of a Sebenza, if you get it down in there just right, I did a video. My Sebenza locked. Like I got it this far open and I was like, fuck, it won't do anything. And I had a big piece of grit that locked that knife up that had managed to get down in the washers. It doesn't happen often. But the fact is, I can't clean this up without taking it apart, which it needs a good cleanup. It is gritty. I can absolutely, you can absolutely just stick this in a stream and clean it out if you're out in the field and if you've got some lubrication. So much easier to maintain bearing knives than washer knives.
That's why Emerson he uses that, what is it, that Teflon something? I don't even know what Emerson uses.
I'm still trying to clean up my bearings. I don't know what you're using to clean them. Like you toss a set of bearings, some rubbing alcohol and clean them up. I've never had I've had knives that came in that were just full of mud and grit. And like 5 minutes later, I've got them cleaned up. And I'm telling you, you take that knife that you think you got mud and grit and shit, you take it and you put it under the sink and you wash it out with water and put a drop of soap in there and clean it out and then rinse it out really good and put a couple drops of oil on either side of that. Like Bob's your uncle, your knife is clean again. So I don't know what you got in it or what orifice of your body you had it in, Frank. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I said he keistered it. I've never had an issue where I could not clean up a bearing knife I've never had a bearing knife. Well, no, that's not true. Not true. I dropped a bearing knife in a bag of concrete one time.
Oh.
I cut a bag of concrete open and it fell in and I pulled it out and I did have to take it apart to clean it. But I'm going to tell you, like, it was like I washed it out with a hose and did the whole like hose on the pivot and cleaned out, like sprayed real hard as I could, and then put a drop of oil in it. It was okay till I got home and took it apart. That's the only time that I wasn't able to just like clean it out real quick. Man. I don't take my bearing knives apart very often. I take my Spenza apart because it's just not the Spenza. I take this one apart because it's easy and well, it's fun. Keistered it for show. LOL.
You keistered it.
He put it in his butthole. That's poo. It's poo. I'm telling you. You can smell it. It's poo.
Oh, but hey, Mike, you know what I got to hold it when I was at Texas Blade Show is I got to hold a Norseman.
I touched you. What'd you get to hold?
A Norseman.
Did you get to touch Rick Hender's penis?
No. No.
I held it and we walked around like we were in prison and I had his pocket.
Here, I'm going to show you this one. You're going to be jelly when I show you.
What?
Look at that. I got to hold that.
I don't like his acid wash blades or the sunburst pattern. I mean, they're a Norseman. I had a specific one I wanted, which was the reverse honeycomb.
Yeah, when I held it, it was nice. It was cool.
Oh, they're all great.
Here you go. If you want to see me and Jim.
Oh, you're not very tall then.
No, I'm not. Really not.
I'll say because I know Jim personally, and Jim's not real tall. Like the first time we met, he looked at me and goes, "Jesus." Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. First time I met Jim, he was like, "Jesus Christ." He's
and
like,
also,
no, Elliot. Hey, there's Ben.
Yep, I met Ben.
Yeah, I met Jim the first time. I was like, "Hey, I'm
Rob Orlando. It's RPM, RMJ knives.
RJM Tactical.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
There you go. RJ Martin Tactical.
Yep.
I'm the one that's been drinking. Why am I correcting you?
Yeah, Jim is actually a nice dude.
I have literally been drinking for 4 fucking hours straight, and I am the one that's corrected you. That is not a good thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's funny though.
Now, Jim likes to. Okay, so Jim is one of those guys that has marketed himself in a fashion where negative publicity can be more effective than positive publicity. Because let me ask you a question. Who do you talk about more? Knife makers you hate or knife makers you love? Everybody talks about the knife makers they love with their friends. You will talk about knife makers you hate to fucking everyone. Hands down. You got a friend, you got a knife maker you fucking hate, you will tell everyone. You got a knife maker you love, you talk about it with other dudes that you might talk to, other friends. That's Jim has completely capitalized on that. You hate me? Good. Fucking tell everyone. Tell all your friends, because what's going to happen is they're going to go check his page and they're going to go look at shit and they're going to find out that, well, my friend said he's an asshole, but goddamn, does he make a good looking knife? And then they're going to talk to him and they're going to talk to him on a personal basis to order a knife or pick up something that he's got. And then they realize he's not an asshole and he's completely marketed himself that way. It's brilliant. I went the opposite direction. Everybody thinks I'm a nice guy, but I'm a fucking asshole.
I want to meet you.
I fucking missed the boat on that shit.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about him.
I'm not going to fucking talk about it either. He's lived rent free in my brain too long. I've given him too much publicity because, that, like I said, that's how it works. That's called alcoholism, Emler. Look, I'm going to tell you a secret that every good drunk knows. There's a big difference between a drunk and alcoholic. A drunk knows that being an alcoholic's a negative thing because all that time they spend at meetings is time that they could spend at the fucking bar. Actually, I haven't been drinking that much lately. That's fucking bottle of whiskey.
Here's what I keep them in.
You keep what in?
My hinders.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Do you lock them up at the end of the day? Like at the end of the day, do you put them in the safe? See, I just sleep light and own an object that fires these. Because
nice hollow points.
Oh, them's not just regular hollow points.
Oh my gosh, those are
because I just want everybody to know that I'm not trying to tickle you out of my fucking house.
Oh, those are gonna tickle, all right. Ooh.
I'm
put that away before you hurt someone.
I'm putting the magazine back in it, but there we go. So yeah, I just want everybody to know that if you decide to stop by my house unannounced, that door you just kicked in was locked for your protection, not for fucking mine.
Oh yeah.
I had a friend come over with this girl, not the same dude that she was like, could you put that away? You make me feel uncomfortable. So I went and got her shoes and I put them at the front door. And my buddy was like, well, we got to go. She's like, what? And he goes, that's his polite way of saying that we're no longer welcome. But, I had a friend come by and she's like, would you really shoot someone that came in your house? I was like, without even fucking batting a goddamn eye.
Well, yeah, if
you kick the door open to my house and my wife and kid and everything I own is here and my dog and my family, I'm going to fucking put a hole in you without a second fucking thought. She's like, well, how could you do that? And I was like, well, same goddamn way I did it when I was in the military. Without a second fucking thought.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I love this. I bought my first time buying this foam set.
Is that a now pack?
Yes.
Did you already have the Pelican case or did you get the whole thing?
Well, a neighbor of mine was getting rid of them for free. And so I got them. He gave me 2 of them. I have 2 of these. So they are the Pelican, I think 1600.
Yeah.
And no 1500. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just take them. And so
I want to talk to Andy because I have one of the Pelican. I have a huge Pelican with wheels, Like it's got the
Ooh.
slide out handle and it's got wheels like roll. It's like a.
So you got the Pelican Air. That's what you have.
No, I have no because this.
Wait, what? What do you got?
Because this is a very expensive Pelican case. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Don't hurt yourself.
It's fucking massive. I have this one.
Oh, whoa.
I have the Pelican 1560.
Oh, wow.
And it has a slide out
Oh, that's cool.
handle and wheels. It is like a rollerboard. This thing is a fucking monster, but like no joke, it's
dang, that's cool.
That was gifted to me, but that has all of them. Jesus Christ, that fucking thing's heavy. It's got all of it. There's $400 or $500 for the grinding belts in there.
Oh, wow.
My rolling. That's my rolling case for all of my knife making gear. So I've got belts, abrasives, shit like that in that. So that thing probably weighs a good 50, 60 pounds right now with all the stuff that's in it. So that's what a hernia sounds like. Hey, Rocky Mountain. That's not funny.
That's not funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. That's funny. That's not funny.
So I've thought about asking Andy if he can turn that into like a 2-layer. So like like have the fucking knives on top and then pull them up and then have another layer below.
Ooh.
For that case. But I'm afraid to think of what that would cost me.
It probably cost you a couple $100.
There's no joke. That thing is a good. Oh shit! Hang on a second. Let's measure it. I got a measuring tape. I got one of them number tapes. So it is like 10 inches deep, 15 and a half wide, and it is 22 inches tall. So you could put a lot of knives in that. You can put a lot of knives in that. Tie the handle to a car and let PDM ride it.
Hold my beer.
No. Hold my beer. I got one of them floppy numbering sticks.
Oh, man.
I'm writing that the fuck down right now. That needs to be added to PDM. You listening? I'm adding this to your dictionary. I got one of them.
Oh, man. I got one of them.
Something I'm going to say on a live feed. That's something I'm going to say at a shop. Hand me one of them floppy numbering sticks.
Woo!
I got one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Floppy numbering sticks.
What floppy numbering sticks?
The more I say it, the funnier it gets.
Floppy dildo sticks.
That's a don't.
When is Chris Hansen joining the stream? Hello, this is Chris Hansen. Take a seat.
Ooh, I love that. That is, I have to say, I swear to God, that is the funniest thing that anyone has commented in a live feed in a very long fucking time. I got one of them floppy numbering sticks. You know what? JB Knife Collector, you know what? I think that you deserve a month of free gilded server just because of that. I'll tell you what. If you DM me, I will send you a link to my gilded server for free. You get 1 month. I just got to make sure I put it on my calendar so I deactivate. I will give you 1 month access to my gilded server because that was the funniest fucking thing I've heard in a goddamn coon's age. Whew.
I do know who Chris Hansen is. I do know who that is.
It's funny that you and I know it, but those perverts that show up at that house have no clue who he is.
Oh, he don't. Dude.
Could I ask who you are? Motherfucker, I'm the one that's about to ruin your goddamn life.
Woo!
A floppy numbering stick. Oh, Jesus.
Floppy.
A floppy measuring stick. That's even better. Like, I mean, there's so much that can be done with that. Flippy floppy donkey dicks, you know? Did you guys all watch the video that I did, the difference between smooth and drop shut? Because sometimes smooth is drop shut, but drop shut doesn't always mean smooth. Because this knife is drop shut, but if you listen, there's a lot of bearing. Like, you can definitely feel everything.
Yeah.
Bearings rolling on that and shit like that. Didn't Chris Hansen get arrested for some weird shit? No, I looked into that because somebody told me, oh, Chris Hansen got arrested. I wonder if it was for being a pedophile. Chris Hansen got a subpoena or got a warrant put out on it because there was information that he was supposed to provide at a court hearing and had not. And it just turns out that it was a miscommunication. Like, he had not gotten the information from his team. Like, one of his producers got the court documents, the court order, and it never made it to Chris. And he was supposed to turn over some paperwork he had, but he turned over the paperwork and everything was fine. He did have a warrant out for his arrest at one time for some silly shit. Mike doesn't have candy. Run! I have a friend that owns a business, and he has this white sided van. There's no windows. It's a small like a transit van. I don't know whether it was that a Mercedes transit van. It's a small one, so it was like the one that like delivery trucks and shit. And every time I'd see him driving it, because like there's no windows. You have the driver and passenger side window, the windshield, and then the back is solid. The sides are solid. It was a solid panel van. And I was like, we've got to get some free candy stickers, some free candy magnets to throw on the side when he's not looking in the middle of the night. Because we used to hang out at the Forge, up at Fair and Forge. And I was like, he doesn't look. Like, when he gets in the car and it's dark, he's not looking. It's dark in that fucking parking lot. And we were like, we got to get some magnetic free candy stick signs, like, to stick on the side of this thing. So he's driving around town and not know it, because like he honestly would get in that van and not know. Mike, there was a sting going on here with that always dumb dudes from Springfield. Oh, Xenia, Ohio. Fuck. What a I've been to Xenia. Have you guys ever seen what was it? Muggo? What was the fucking movie? Same guy that did the movie Kids, the ones that had like the HIV thing that came out. The movie Kids. He did a show about Gummo. That's what it was called. Gummo. What a fucking nightmare that was. And 100% accurate. If you ever want to know what Xenia, Ohio is like, watch the movie Gummo. It's not a joke. It's like that. I need to carry this more. This is a fucking good knife. I don't get to carry any of my shit. I should sell everything in this fucking case. I have so much stuff that comes in for review on the channel. I never get to carry my own shit. I never act like I take days. I'm like, I'm taking a day off. And a day off for me means that like, I'm still going to film something. I'm still going to edit something. That means that I'm going to carry my own shit. Like, I have a case with a bunch of knives in it that never get carried. You got any knives you want to sell?
I like to trade.
What do you got that you want to trade?
I got a few knives I just really want to get rid of, and as long as you people have any hinders you want to trade, I mean, that's what I want.
Well, I'm not talking like a permanent trade. I'm talking like I borrow something and you borrow something, and when we do videos about it, because you need more than just the goddamn hinder shit on your channel. And you know how I know this? Because it took you that long to get to 1,000. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. It took me a while. I mean, I
Yeah.
was on a panel and everybody went at my channel and started subbing, and I was like, "Oh, sweet!"
You're at, where were you at?
I was at, I think 975.
No,
And
I mean,
then,
whose channel were you on?
a Satisfaction.
Oh, hey guys, by the way, if any of my moderators, because I don't want to try and find it, any of my moderators want to throw his channel link up, go follow Brant. What is it? Hinder Collector what?
Hinder Collector 41.
Hinder Collector 41. There you go. Go follow his channel, because like him having only, what do you got? Just a little over 1,000 now?
1,010, pretty much.
1,010. Well, at least you can moderate your shit. I mean, it's not gonna be great. I mean, it's still not like even mine with having like almost 8,000. It's still not great.
Yeah,
But at least you can do live feeds and moderate them, or not moderate them, but monetize them and stuff like that.
oh yeah, it's awesome.
Chuck, are you one of my moderators? If I was on YouTube, I would make you one of my moderators. I'm in power now. Let me go on here. YouTube. Oh, I can't see it. What is it again? Hinder
Collector 41.
Hinder Collector 41. Why is it not? Okay, it doesn't seem to want to come up. Bro, I can't even find your channel like through a Google search. I'll put a link up. Go find his channel. It's Hinder Collector 41. He's got it on his panel here. What is this? And I've been drinking too much to try and do it. Just kick Polly the whole time for, what does it take? So have you met all the criteria for monetization? You got 1,000 subscribers. So you have
Just my watch hours. I got to get up. I need 4,000 to have my watch hours.
But then you know what you need to do is stop going on everybody else's live feeds and do your own. Let me know, and I'll bring everybody that I watch, everybody that watches me, and we'll come to your channel.
Yeah. I posted the link.
I don't. You do a live feed, because that's the best way to do it. Like, I mean, think about it. I've been live for 4 hours and 30 minutes basically at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, do a live feed on a Saturday. Me personally, being religious, don't do it on Sunday, because it entices people to do shit they shouldn't. They should be spending time with their family and spending time with their relationship with God. But like, however they decide to spend their Sabbath is up to them. But like, I would say like a Saturday at like noon, run like a marathon live feed. Let me know, and I'll fucking announce it, and I'll come over and I'll come on your live feed. Just figure out how you're going to do it with what software, and you can invite people on.
Yeah.
So that first, like my buddy Polly, over at Purple Heart Barbecue, we were talking about it. He goes, man, it takes forever. And I was like, bro, you got 1,000 subs on YouTube in like 2 months. Uh-oh. He went away. He hit the wrong button. Brant, what has occurred? I didn't do that. He did that to himself. He self-deleted.
Yes.
So like, no, my buddy Polly was like, man, it took me like 3 months to. I was like, bro, it took me like 2 years to get to 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 years. How long have you had your channel?
9 years.
Jesus Christ. You've had your channel as long as I have?
Mm-hmm. I started in February 16, 2013.
I started in 2000.
I think it was 12.
Yeah, I started in 2012. I'm coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, I think so.
But the whole thing is like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not like digging at you or anything. If you don't change the way you do stuff, like everything about my channel in the last, what, 7-8 months has completely changed. And I've gotten like almost 2,000 subscribers in the last 5 months. So there's like Jared said, if you're not changing your content, you're expecting it just finally is going to take off. It's just not going to happen. You always have to be looking at like what content's doing good, what's doing well. Like I do the live feeds. I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a fuck if no one watches the live feeds. I get frustrated when there's not anyone here because it's not fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing live. I don't make any money like on the live feeds per se. You know, when people drop super chats and stuff like that, yeah, I make money on that. That's not the part. I do the videos because everybody likes the videos. I do the live feeds for me. So like figure out how you want to do the channel that stays kind of along the lines of what you want to do, but change the content so that it's appealing to masses. Like I was talking, like Jack was saying, like, yeah, would I love to make everybody happy? There's a small niche group of people that don't want slip joints to change, or not Jack, but Ben over at Jack Wolf Knives. There's going to be that group of people like, I can't believe he's changing slip joint knives. And that's going to be this little corner right here, this little corner right here, you know? And then you have everybody else is like, holy shit, look what he did for slip joint knives. And that's the outside of that corner, the whole rest of it is like, holy shit. While I would love to be able to appeal to everyone that used to watch my content and liked it the way it was and doesn't want it to change, the majority of people that want to watch content, want to watch my content, are definitely gravitating towards the new stuff that I'm doing. Like the 5 fast. Like people are like, oh, don't do the 5 fast, do one knife. And I'm like, okay, you say that, but the 5 fast definitely get 3 times the viewers that a single knife gets. And so you kind of have to look at it. Like you got to think like, how am I going to grow the channel? Do I appeal to that core 600 people that watch every video? Or do I hit that 600 people that watch every video and the 800 people that haven't watched it before and now we're starting to watch? It's just, where's Brant's channel? Brant's channel's on YouTube and it is Hinder Collector 41. It's easy to find.
Yeah.
What was this? Yeah, Mike's channel really sucked. I wouldn't even chat out of embarrassment. What was this? Your channel started when you took first steps, Jake. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, you've had your channel for 9 years. What did you say you are 30?
Almost 30. And
Almost
I started
30?
when I was 20 when I started. So yeah.
Jesus Christ. That means
that
means I was 37 when I started my channel.
Yeah, because the first video I think I watched the first. Let's see, what was the first video I watched of yours? Oh yeah, it was the Chris Reeve, the counterfeit Chris Reeve knife that you got, and then you were comparing it.
That fucking the stainless steel Chris Reeve.
Yes,
the Sabenza small that somebody had rubbed the blue.
Yep.
The blue. I forgot I even did that video. Yeah, the guy sent it to me. It was like, I can't put up the link. I can't type good enough. I tried to look it up, and the whole thing is the channel's like, let me do it again.
It should show up because I typed it in and it came up.
Hinder Collector 41, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me.
Let's see what else the video I watched.
I'm trying to pull up a link.
Oh, it's all good. I'm trying to find that other videos I watched around. Oh man, the Rockstead knife. I watched that one.
Which one? I've done a couple videos about Rockstead.
Oh, this was 4 years ago.
Like I'm trying to pull down a link and it's not wanting to. Let's see here.
That's weird.
Well, okay. So I am unabashed. Let's see here. Let's try and paste this.
I watched your wet shaved straight razor tutorial. I watched that one.
Which one?
The wet shaved straight razor.
The
tutorial.
one and only video I've ever done on this channel where I shaved with an actual razor.
Yes. Yeah.
I've shaved with a tomahawk, a fucking butter knife, a Bowie knife, my fucking my Reat Horizon D. What else have I sharpened? I shaved with I've shaved with everything under the sun except a razor. I did one video about a straight razor shave.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've watched so many over these years. Oh man.
Does that work? I've sent it twice now, I think. That should be a link to.
Yeah, it worked. I think it. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the actual channel link. If that doesn't take you to his actual channel, then just type in Hinderer Collector 41. It's difficult. Like I'm not using my typical browser. No, I've done a lot of fucking weird videos on my channel. I sharpened that butter knife. Like no joke, my wife, I still sharpen that butter knife about once a month.
Oh,
my wife
cool.
my wife took that butter knife and after I sharpened it and I shaved with it, and she was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, I sharpened the butter knife. I was like, I'll take the edge back off of it so it's not so sharp. So yeah, she's like, and she was like, no, I really like it because with Japanese food, a lot of times there's not a lot of meat involved with Japanese meals. So the meat that they use is sliced super thin. And I'm not gonna lie, that thing is a nightmarish thin. Like that is the thinnest knife you can imagine. Like, it is a butter knife. It is way thinner than any of the other blade stock, any other knife in the house. And she has me sharpen it because she uses it for slicing meat thin for like fried rice and Japanese things like where we would cook. Because Japanese people are really frugal, so they spread out. The rice is the main dish, and then meats are typically like an add-in.
Mm-hmm.
And so she loves having that thing that thin, and that's her for slicing meat and things like that, really thin for dishes for Japanese food. Right, Brant.
Oh,
Brant, read my Brant, you gained over 100 subs since reaching 1,000 a couple days ago.
Huh.
Okay,
That's awesome.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing that like Jared and I have talked about, and like everybody was like, "Oh, Jared's buying subs and Jared's buying views." And if you were to look at my channel, you would say the same thing. I doubled my content output, which automatically is going to double your views. And when you get more views, then YouTube starts to push your videos up, and then you start getting more subs because more people are seeing them. And it's a cycle.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, as you do this, like you've got to look at what videos did well and then just do those over. And the other thing too is like everybody's like, "Oh, you're copying this channel." You're goddamn fucking right I am. Like if I see a video that Jared did that does really well, and Jared and I talked about it, he's like, "Bro, copy it. Anything I'd like." He texts me, he's like, "Bro, I did this video. It did really well. You should probably do the same thing." If you're not doing that, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because what's going to happen is more people see your videos. And what YouTube does is if you have a video that starts to do well, even if it's a short, they'll take a video. Okay, like this video is doing good. It got like 400 or 500 views. Let's show it to 1,000 more people and see how it does. So let's show it to 1,000 more people. If you hit a certain wicket, they'll be like, okay, that did good enough that we're going to show it to 10,000 people and we'll see how it does, and continue and continue and continue. But if you're constantly doing the same content all the time and you're not changing anything, YouTube's just not going to look at it because you haven't showed any growth and you haven't showed any changes. So if you've got 1,000 subscribers and that 1,000 subscribers are always going to watch your videos, that's a good starting point, because they're always going to watch your videos, even if it's something that they might not like as much.
Yeah.
They're still like, well, I still like his channel, I'll do it. But what's going to happen is you're going to step outside of that and you're going to get people that are like, oh, wow, hey, this is kind of new content. And those are going to be 400 or 500 more people that start watching your videos. But if you only do the same thing every time, that's like, that, like, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. So like Jared says, is like, if you're not copying channels and things like that are doing content that does well, then you're stupid. You're wasting that shot. Like, look at what videos they did, but do that video, but do it your way.
Yeah.
And there you go. Kyle said, like, catching thumbnails and titles helps as well. I don't know if you've noticed.
Kind of like what Metal Complex does.
But here's the thing, like Richard, like Dick is like, he's kind of out of the norm because his thumbnail is the same every fucking time. And it still gets my attention. It's the same fucking thumbnail. It's his background with a knife case on it. And then like, have I lost my mind or this and that? And I'm like, why does that get my attention every time? So. What was this? Do 2 videos, a short, and a community post, and a live stream twice a week. I do a video in the morning, a live feed in the afternoon on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a short at lunchtime. And I do a video and another video and a lunchtime short on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I post a video up, which is a premiere. So every Saturday, the only premieres I'm going to do is on Saturdays. So you guys will be able to chat in it and stuff like that. What's this? That's why FPV will never be big on YouTube. I don't know. Are we talking about Lacey? Are we talking about my HPV diva? Can I make a suggestion, Mike? Always. Will I listen to it? Who knows? I'm always down for suggestions. I'm always down for commentary and criticism as long as it's not abusive. If you come out to me, like, I will take criticism if it's done in a fashion where I don't feel as like I'm being attacked. If you give me criticism where it's in a fashion where I'm like, hey, all right, cool. Like, I understand that. Fine. If you come at me aggressively or abusively with your comments or commentary, there's a good chance I'm going to tell you to eat a dick. No, honestly though, I would put up a weekly 10-minute PDM video, PDM weekly update. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's really hard to channel PDM. It is really hard to channel PDM because I have a tendency to let PDM get way outside of the box because he's a big part of my psychological makeup. And if I let him out, it's not like I can just let him out a little bit. It's like my penis. You just can't let the little bit of it out. You got to let it all the way. See what I'm saying? Look, he found his way out and I don't even have the hat. Get back in your hat. See what I'm saying?
And just like that, I just got an email from YouTube just now. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Script it like old school SNL. I can't script. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have noticed. Nothing I do is scripted. Nothing. I had some questions for Ben, but we went off script a lot. Nothing I do that's scripted ever comes out good. It never does. I have to just film it more than once. I guess. I don't know. Was this Big Frank? Rule 1, make 10 to 20 minute videos for sole purpose of your friends to watch. Yeah, well, I do. Most of my pre-recorded videos, with the exception of the shorts, are 10 to 20 minutes. 3 knives, 3 minutes a piece. That's 9 minutes. I got about 26 cents intro and about 1.6 minutes outro.
Well, I used to do like 4 videos in the same day.
But YouTube will only send out notifications for 3 videos, regardless.
Back in the day, I did that.
Like, everybody that clicks the bell icon for all notifications are still only going to get notified. If you put out 6 videos, they're only going to get 3 notifications. And I said, that's ridiculous. I don't understand. It's stupid.
It is
But
stupid.
here's the other thing. You should only have one video that's less than 10 minutes. If you're putting out more than one video a day, only one of them should be less than 10 minutes. You know why? Because now you're monetized. And if you want to make money on the channel, the fact is that videos that are less than 10 minutes don't get prime advertisers, which means that, yeah, you'll get advertising, but you won't make as much. If you do a video that is 10 minutes or longer, you're going to get stuff like Paxil and all the drug companies and all that other shit that shows up, like the high end. If you don't, what you get is For Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
How many videos you see? It's like 9 minutes and 42 seconds, and you get For Patriots fucking food, like they're bundles. And if there you go, the other thing too. If you don't do a 10-minute video, you can't add extra fucking. I put 3 ads in every video. Well, I don't. I'm sorry. If it's 10 minutes, I put 2. If it's 12 minutes or more, I put 3. So you put a video at the 3-minute mark, the 6-minute mark, the 9-minute mark on videos that are more than 12 minutes. If it's 10 minutes, I put one at the 3-minute mark, 6-minute mark. So not only do you have the ad at the beginning, you have an ad in the middle, and you have an ad further on. Not everybody's going to watch all of them. I have about a 36% of the people that start a video that watch all the way to the end. But the fact is, if you watch more than the first 30 seconds, I've already got a click-through ratio and an ad revenue on those first 30 seconds. Why do you think I don't show the knife until fucking we've had the intro, I talk about it, and then we play the music, and by then we're like 45 seconds into it. You got to watch it to 45 seconds before you see the knife up close. Why? Because that's how you get your click-through ratio up. The higher your click-through ratio, the more likely YouTube is to share your videos. I didn't come up with this shit. This all came from Jared. The whole doing an intro at the beginning, that was me. I did come up with that. But so it's just the little things you got to do. Like treat it like a business. That's what I did. Like Ben and I were talking about it. He's like, we were talking about after we ended, the reason that it took a while. It was like Ben and I were talking about. I was like, I treat this like a business. I have my tempo. I've figured out my tempo. Am I going to change it? Possibly. I'm going to change the way I'm doing content? Possibly. But I'm going to try and keep it fun, but I'm still going to do the same things I've been doing. I'm just going to do them a little differently. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't know if you guys have noticed. A lot of times there's a video that goes up that is a knife review by itself, like one item. And then later in the day, there's one that goes up that is multiple items. I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets the content they want.
Yeah, I've always liked your videos.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you hit the like button on them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. Good, because there's a lot of cocksuckers that don't. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to y'all over here. I'm just randomly kissing names, but I'm talking to y'all over here.
I watched the one I did watch is where you went to the Blade show and you went to Nico's house, I think.
Oh, that was.
And you were up early. You were dead. I couldn't even. I was like, "Dang, Mike, you were dead."
Dude, I can't. Here's the thing: I don't like if I'm in an unusual environment, unknown. I don't sleep well. Like when you can ask Nico, like when you watch those videos of us going to a knife show, and like Nico's still in bed, and I'm up at like the ash crack of dawn. It's not because I got up earlier than Nico. It's just because I don't fucking sleep well in an unusual environment. Like I just don't.
Same here.
So I got PTSD and a bunch of that shit. What is this? Kyle said, talking to me, I watch because I don't like them, so I can't hit the button. Well, hit the down, hit the thumbs down button. Like just do it, because I'll tell you what, either way, it counts as an interaction. So all my haters that just keep hitting the dislike, because I look at it, I still get the same 6 dislikes on every video. I guarantee the second the video goes up, I get 6 dislikes. Guess what? YouTube does not count those differently than they do thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs down, it doesn't matter. That's an interaction on that channel. And if you watch everything I do, if you say you hate me, but you watch everything I do, bitch, you're still a fan.
I just went up and I saw that you didn't have your Howie hat at first. You had just a plain Jane hat at one point. Then you started getting one.
Okay, so like my friend that owns a garage had gotten some of these hats and no one bought them. And he was like, dude, take that hat. And I bought this hat. I got this hat from him. And there was another, he gave me 2 hats. So he's like, just take them fucking things. They've been sitting on the shelf forever. And so I wore this hat in a video, and it's a really comfortable hat. They're really nice hats. And
nice.
So I found the hats and I started wearing it, and it just became like a thing. I have the original back here, but I have another new one over here in a box. Like I have a brand new one to replace this one.
Well, I'm getting a blue one pretty soon. Yeah.
So the thing is, like, I kind of accidentally stumbled onto something that old boy from Apple, what was his name? The founder of Apple?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs did it intentionally. He came out on stage every time he did the big intro on stuff, he always wore a black tank top, jeans, and that was it. Like that, it became associated with him, and it became as you know, everybody saw it and they recognized it, and it became part of the brand. Like it really, really did. And I had a buddy that told me, he's like, you accidentally stumbled on what Steve Jobs did on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't ever do. I honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've done videos without the hat. Oh, it's been a while. It's been like 5-6 years ago. I had another hat that I would wear every once in a while. It was I can't remember. It was Procams. It was a Procams racing hat or something like that. And people got mad. They're like, where the fuck is the Howells hat? And I was like it became a thing where like people were upset that I wear a different hat. So,
well, once I wear my blue one, everybody's going to say, did you get that because of my gambler? No, maybe.
What is this? Then those of us tech developers will use a script to wipe out YouTube interactions every few days, killing your status.
What?
Was that? Mike without that hat is like a knife without a blade. Yeah, with me without the house, like me without this hat, like if I did a video like
whoa, who's that?
Right? People wouldn't know who the fuck I am. Me without the hat is like Nick without the Shabazz and Cole without the voice changer.
Hey,
it has become so associated. I'm not gonna lie, it's crippling almost. My wife pointed it out to me. I honestly, this is the first thing I put on in the morning, and it's the last thing I take off when I go to bed. I honestly wear this hat 20 hours a day. I put it on when I wake up. I take it off when I go to bed. That's the only time I don't have this hat on. But like, what is this? Chuck, shush. I don't know why Mike doesn't just shave his head. There's no hope. Because I'm tall enough that most people don't notice. And my wife said if I shaved my head, she'd leave me. Plus, I'm going to grow it long again.
Yeah, because I remember when your hair was that long. I was like, dang.
Do you remember what it was like? I looked at a video the other day where my hair was clear down on my shoulders. I was like, Jesus Christ, my hair was long. Who's that sexy bastard? Mike without the hat almost looks Amish. You're goddamn right. I do. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, go get the cowboy hat and you look more like it.
I thought Emler was bald. I'm getting there. Actually, you know what? Like, it got to a point where it just hasn't gotten any worse. Like, it's like right here. But that's the way my grandfather was when he was like 80. Like, he lost his hair like this, like I did early, like in his 30s or 40s. And then it just never got any worse. And it never went gray. I'm 47 and I don't have very much gray hair up here. I got some in my beard, like right here, but that's about it. Get that cowboy comb over. Woo, woo. No, you get the cowboy comb over. Yee yee. Do you even yee yee?
Yee yee.
Guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm pretty sure my wife's getting pissed off. She's in there. I can hear her in there. She's trying to sleep on the couch because her back hurts.
Oh no.
So my wife sleeps on the couch a lot. Until this. So my wife has surgery on the 27th. She has polyps in her uterus that they got to take out, and it causes a lot of pain. It causes pain up in her back, and she can't sleep in the upstairs bed. Like, she's got to stay on something really rigid, like, and that helps. So she sleeps on that hard ass couch that we've got. So what is this? I got that strong side action, middle not so much. So guys, I'm going to end this. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that's fucking almost an hour longer than I said I was going to do it.
I know, you already said you were going to not wait a little bit, and then you started saying, yeah.
Well, I just kept pouring whiskey, and that's what happens a lot. So
it happens.
Guys, I started because, like I said, I shut down. I absolutely closed my Twitter account today. Like, I'm done with it until Elon Musk takes over. I'm fucking fed up with it. But I have started a Getter account, and it's CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp. Just like the discount code for my merchandise store that no one ever buys anything from. So, so that's what you should buy, Brent. Fuck buying the hat. Buy one of my shirts because I don't get paid if you buy
It's on my
hat.
list. I have a lot of people I need to get. I'm going to buy a few shirts.
I'll tell you what. I will send you an affiliate link for the hat. That way I get paid for both.
I'll do it then.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. I still have work I got to do. I have to at least come up with a thumbnail for that video tomorrow. So I'm out, guys. I love y'all. Take it easy. Brant, it's been fun. I always like having you on the channel.
Yeah. I love it.
We have to talk about a temporary trade of some knives for the channel. So you can have some stuff that you haven't seen before, and I can have some hinderers that I can bag on Rip for being a dick bag about.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys. Is it?